Let me go check and see if we live. It says we live. I'm trying to make sure everything's good. Go YouTube. Yeah, I tried to do a test, but it won't work. My sound ain't still working right. Let me see if we went live yet. Okay, kind of. All right. So, all right. Don't look like nobody's tuning in. We're gonna wait for the people to get in here. See what's happening. All right. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat. We just getting here. Got about a few more minutes before everybody jump in. So we're gonna go kind of dead silent. Hey, Aria, you know how to share your screen? Okay, it looks like 5 people are tuning in. All right, everybody say Shah Shabbat, tune in. Let me know who's all in the chat. Friday night, 7th class, Ambassadors of Christ. It's going down in the hood on the Shabbat. What's good? We got 6 people watching, tuning in. So everybody let me know who's here, man. Show some love, let us know. You're late. You're late, Wanda. You're late. You're supposed to be here first. You got beat. Shah Shabbat, everybody. Shah Shabbat. Shah Shabbat. Just waiting for a few more people to get up in the room. We went from 6 to 3, 4. All right, just give it a couple more minutes. If y'all can hear me clear, put a 1 in the chat for me, please. That almost went down wrong. Oh, you up in here creeping on the come up, huh? I was, but under the baby profile pic. Uh-oh. Hiding out. We got Amayah Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Yahba Shem Yahushai tuning in from California. Shah Shabbat, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. Give it a minute, a little more. All right, look like he's hourglassing. Yeah, my bars keep going up and down. I'm looking at it. Bad reception. Okay, I see I can be heard. Okay, I'm still frozen, look like. I don't know what's going on, man. It's weird. I'm not getting no reception. All right. Yeah. Yeah, see my screen. It's still not allowing me to add people. Okay, kind. Okay, it's working now. All right, sorry about that, man. We have some bad weather over here. Not necessarily bad weather, but I'm getting horrible reception. I'm on like 1 bar. I don't know what's going on, man. All right, so it's back live. Let me see. We just had a bad storm over there. Sister Wanawana, what state are you in again? And Amaya, where are you located? Okay, you're in California. LOI, where are you located? You know, we're both we're over here in Chicago in the Windy City. Chirac, as the world like to call it, one of the worst wicked cities in all America. We got Mother Bethia in the house. Okay. All right, so we're gonna give it maybe about a couple of more minutes. Okay, that's right, sister. You are from North Carolina. That's right. The water. Let's give it a couple of more minutes. Go get me some ice real quick, and within the next 2 minutes, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm letting y'all know up front, this class is only for 10 minutes. 10 minutes only. All y'all getting on the Shabbat 10 minutes. So you better get your popcorn and tune in because it's gonna you blink, it's gonna be over. Y'all act like y'all upset. It sound like 10 minutes ain't good, 10 minutes is good, man. I'm just saying 10 minutes is good, man. It's been a long week. Now I had to go to the dentist a couple of times during the week. Face was swelled up. Hit me with the Novocaine or whatever that numbing stuff was to where my eye was getting lazy on me. So man, I'm worn out, pooped. We supposed to be resting. It's the Shabbat. So I'm gonna cut it down to 7 minutes, all right? 7. Yeah, I think that's 7. Yeah, I got it right. 7 minutes. Okay. But anyway, man, hey, how's everybody's week going, man? Just want to check in real quick. Sometimes we vibe with y'all, just checking in, see how y'all living. Praying that the Most High is blessing everything y'all touching, and that during this affliction, whatever you're dealing with, man, definitely keep your head up and keep your spirits high. And just remember to take your affliction joyfully. There's a lot of madness going on in the world. Gonna take a look at what's going on in the earth, and primarily when I say that, I'm talking about right here in our world in America. So I should have probably entitled it what's going on in this world in America. The sister says it should be 10 hours since we missed a few classes. Right. Well, I'm sorry, sister, there won't be no 10-hour marathon. I don't know if my jaw and stuff is gonna hold up. I got a couple of wisdom teeth trying to come in my late age. Most people get them earlier than me, so I'm suffering through that. So 10 hours not happening. We got 10 minutes. I'm gonna be a man of my word. So it's already 8 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock elapsed. So we got a minute and 30 seconds left. So I'm a Yah. I'll praise you. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. You had a Tawab week. Saying to you, sister Wanda. So we got 1 minute, 24 seconds. What do y'all want to talk about? And then it's a wrap. We can stand up, pray to the east. We can sit here and start speaking in tongues. Whatever that nonsense is, we can sit here and do that for a few minutes, But on a serious note, just kidding and all of that. But it's been a lot of crazy stuff going on in America. Just in the past few weeks, right? Let me see what she say. Yeah, yes, I'm serious. You got 50 seconds left. It's 9 minutes and 15 seconds. You got 45 seconds, so we better get it in, right? All right. So anyhow, there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on in America, right? We've been seeing all these mass shootings going on. Waiting on my brother Barack to get here. He want to talk about the monkeypox and the Second Amendment and gun rights again. I don't know if y'all seen that article. And let me see if I got it pulled up. I probably didn't even grab the scriptures that I wanted to use, but let me see if I can find it. It's a particular article I wanted to pull up. It was something that came up. That's not it. Where is it? Maybe I got to go back into. Where is it? Where is it? I'm trying to see if I got the article up about mass dying, like a whole mob of of animals died somewhere. I'm trying to let me go back into my what's the name, see if I can find it. Um, I believe I have it. Here it is right here. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and hit my share screen real quick, right? A lot of times we hear about, the famine, the famine is coming. Everybody's talking about the famine is coming. And so I seen something that popped up on the news just interesting just recently. So I'm trying to get to the article. I found it on Twitter again. So let me go ahead and share my screen while we've oh wow, we already went over 10 minutes, y'all. All right, I'll holler at y'all later. Shalom. I just kidding. I kid. I kid. I kid. I kid. There's like, no, this Negro didn't. He just up and bounced up out of here. Says, got my heart over here beating fast all week. I look forward to Friday night class. I love it for sure. We love the classes too. And like I said, we do apologize, for our absences here and there. Violence in the hood. But anyhow, we hear about the shortage of food that's been going on ever since COVID-19 has started. Talking about how they're talking to switch, trying to switch over to all this artificial foods. And I heard that Bill Gates, is it Bill Gates or yeah, I think it's Bill Gates. They say he owns the most farmland in all America or in the world, whatever it says. And the interesting thing is he's trying to do away with the cattle and trying to create all this industrialized food, which is interesting. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I want y'all to see this. I'm not sure if y'all caught this. All right. All right. Let me blow up my screen real quick. This was just on Thursday, June 16th. It says at least 2,000 cattle deaths reported due to heat humidity in Kansas. Now, this is not, there's another picture in here somewhere. It says at least 2,000 cattle deaths occurred in southwestern part of Kansas as high temperatures, humidity, and low winds made it difficult for the cows to stay cool. Kansas Department of Health and Environment Communications Director Matt Lara told CNN. Lara said the number of deaths is a representative of the facilities that have contacted the department to assist with the disposal of the carcasses, right? All right, is that my brother right there? Cool. Done. Hey, shalom, Ambassador Barak. Can't hear you on mute, brother. Now you froze. Can't hear you, bro. Where you at? We're coming right back to the article. Just want to get my brother. Okay, I heard you for a second. I heard a noise. Hey, you typing? Nope, that's not it. Butter, parquet.
Yo, can y'all hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, you're breaking up, but
Yeah,
I hear
Can you hear me? Can you hear me good?
you. It's butter, not parquet, brother. Knock it. Go ahead, say it again. One more time.
Yo, can you hear me? Mic
Yeah,
test. Check.
yeah, I can hear you, man. Yeah, I hear you, brother. So anyway,
All
we
right,
okay, Con, you good. Let me get back to the screen share real quick on what we're dealing with. So as I was reading in this article, right, um it says let me see. Let me see where I want to drop down to. Anyway, it's a pretty short article. So anyways, it's saying an unusual weather event last weekend where areas of southwestern Kansas saw a 10 to 14-degree increase in temperature and increase in humidity almost overnight into Saturday with low winds with little winds and lows only falling to around 70 degrees throughout the nighttime hours, cause heat stress issues in some cattle in the region. Right, and let me see if I can find something else on this. Let me see. There it is. Let me see if I can find something else real quick, because that's not the one I was looking for. But pretty much, um, Let me see. Here it is right here. Let me see if I can open this one up. This is what I saw. This is the article that was with the picture that I was looking for. So I'm just gonna say, fam, I don't know how real this is, but this is what they're reporting that this heat wave wiped out 2,000 cattle because it looked like the temperatures went over 100 degrees. Now, I'm not saying that's real. I'm not saying that's not. What I would tell you to do is to take heed to what the scriptures say. Prepare yourself for the famine. Don't be caught out here slipping. Make sure you have enough water, food, canned goods, and things of that nature stored up. Because you never know, man. We might have to go on the ground. With the things that's going on the earth. The food shortages. I work in the transportation industry, so I pretty much know a lot about what's going on in the market because when stuff is not moving over the road by trucks, vans, planes, trains, and automobiles, and there's a shortage there, it impacts us in the stores. Just like we were just hearing, like not too long ago, there's a baby formula shortage, and that's weird because I was hearing about all these women complaining, oh, there's no baby food, there's no baby milk. Well, wait a minute, didn't the Most High give you breasts to breastfeed? So but you got to remember, our people are programmed into the system to believe everything that's going on out there. So I'm not going to go into no scriptures about famine and things like that, but I'm just giving you a warning that hey, you better start stocking up. Any increase you get in money, definitely save your money up, but increase on your canned goods and your dry goods. Try to stay away from the GMOs as much as possible because it seems like that's what they're going to be forcing everyone to do. I'm not saying what the mark of the beast is, what is the chip or whatever. Not, I'm not going into that either. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, just be prepared. Just be prepared for the times that are coming. For those that are us in the light, we can see what's playing out the prophecies. We see what's going over in Russia and Ukraine and that whole area over there. What's going on in the Middle East? Um, you got all these countries joining the United Nations, which are the Confederate nations that are against us, right? Pursuant to Psalms 83, right? So pay attention to those things. I don't know, Mother Bethia. Hold on a second. Hey, Shalom, Shaka. Shalom, Shalom. Grace and peace be unto you. Most High bless. Shalom to my Chicago brother. Excellent brother. We're going to link up sometime in the next week. Definitely another thing, family, please keep the brother Shaka in prayer. He lost a very important loved one. His first rib, son's mother, and all of that. So the family is mourning over there. So I would be out of order if not ask our congregation who's ever watching to keep the brother and his family in prayer. I'm not sure if Mother Miriam made it on. The sister Wana said, and tampon shortage. Well,
Joe Biden.
Hey, Joe Biden. I'm glad I was made a man not to have to worry about that. Let me see. The sister says no water in Texas, so they say. And down in Odessa, well, that's kind of weird, man. Because that's kind of weird because I believe Texas is surrounded by the ocean. I was in Surfside, Texas, which is right outside of Houston, which is right near the beach. Right, to get to the beach in Houston, you got to go through Surfside, Texas, to be right near the beach. And they got a whole body of water out there. I don't know if it's a water shortage, so you know how Esau is, man. You playing them games with them folks out there unless that water's contaminated. But at the same time, man, they got a whole ocean out there. The brother Abiyashaya, he's down there, and also Abiyashaya, he's down in Houston. I'm not hearing that brother talking about a shortage of water. And actually, I've been moving a lot of freight and moving trucks in and out of Laredo, San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston. So even somewhere in Toto, Texas, which is like 13 miles from the Mexico border. So I'm not aware of that. And like, the brothers, Chris Bonner can say, oh, what's up, brother? Hey, Shalom, Shah Shabbat. And the brother said you got to go back to the old school rags. Hey, if your grandma, great grandma alive, ask her how does she deal with those things before before it passed. And yeah, Shah Shabbat, King. And what the brother said, to be honest, there's no shortage down here except for certain brands. Okay, but certain people are in different places and all of that. But hey, for sure, man, thank you guys for tuning in. So I wanted to touch on that and just show you guys what was going on there. So again, I'm Ambassador Yabatazar. That's at the bottom. That's the brother Ambassador um, Barack, and then you had Ambassador Ariyah. So let me see where I want to go next, man. Let me close that. That's not where I want to go. Do I want to go here? No, I'll save that for later. Um, hey, Barack, I'm gonna share a couple of videos in the private that I'm gonna have you upload. Give me a second, family, because I ran a test and I could not still run my videos. All right, that's one. I'm gonna send them the ones I want. So let's see. That one was. Let me just double check again. Let me just open it up. Okay, that's the one. Okay, that's the one I want. I know what I'm looking for. Let me get in place. 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 Okay. All right, cool. All right, so go ahead, Barack. Go ahead and share your screen out of one with that video, and then we're going to talk about this situation that we're going to see. And I'm going to check back into the chat. Let me see where we are. GMO foods. Let's see. Let's see. Con. And he said, this is Amaya. Out, out here, we ran out of toilet paper before food and water during COVID. Yeah, we were running into that issue too. But I'm from the old school, man. It's called leaf. Take some newspaper. Uh, yeah, let me all get your screen together. If you're running out of toilet paper, I'm gonna tell you the old school way of doing it. Get you some newspaper, rub that boy real good till it's soft, and hey, man, it'll help you out, you know. And then she says, what did she say? I know some who have been collecting rainwater for years preparing con. So did I? Okay, let me go ahead and add this to your screen. Wait a minute. Did I add it to the screen? Okay, go ahead, Barack. Play it. Go ahead and hit play.
A pellet gun incident at a South Philly elementary school. The school says a child showed up and started shooting students with pellets at recess. I'm Shayna Humphreys.
I'm Jason Martinez, and it comes on the heels of Tuesday's deadly shooting at a school in Texas. Shawnette Wilson following the very latest developments. Shawnette?
Well, Jason and Shayna, school officials say that those children that were hit by the pellet guns, that they're okay. They were treated by a school nurse, but parents I talked to this evening say the kids are traumatized. This cell phone video being shared among students and parents tonight, showing what officials at Mastery Charter's Thomas Elementary School in South Philly say is an incident with the pellet gun. It shows a little boy on a hoverboard outside the school fence as students say he shot at them. This mother, who wants to remain anonymous, says her daughter called her from school about what happened. She was there but wasn't hit. The little girl said 3 of her friends were shot and had red marks left by the pellets. The school sent this email to parents saying, quote, what we believe to be a pellet gun was fired at a group of students by a child that does not attend Thomas Elementary School. This mom says the school later Zoomed with parents about what happened.
Justin got all the kids secure at first, but he managed to shoot 6 kids. Who think it is a real gun, even though it's a pellet gun?
And the email sent to parents also stated that
all right, go ahead and kill it. You can kill it. All right, so now we see what's happening right there. This is up in Philly, right? Philly is a commonwealth. It's not a state like the state of Illinois, Cleveland, state of Ohio, or Wisconsin. It's a commonwealth. So if those brothers actually have the Second Amendment rights for the gun laws and all of that, you can even see some of the brothers in certain camps, man, standing out there with the ARs, AKs, and all that in camp because it's actually legal to do, right? But the reason why I went to this video first is because you have these kids that are running around with these pellet guns, these paintball guns. I used to go paintballing with my job. Get hit by one of them paintball bullets or whatever. They're nothing but little circles, anywhere from about this big, about that big, about that big, can be smaller and all of that. However, but those things hurt. You know, especially if you catch it straight in the chest, you'll have a whole bunch of red and purple marks on your body. Them things hurt. So the reason why I showed that is because we know that Esau, you know, they live by the sword, right? They live by the sword. So you got this little white kid going all the way up in a black community with a gun like that shooting, right? It gets a little deeper, right? Because this is just a prelude, an example of what this kid did and then what actually took place when someone else did the same thing. So let me get to where I want to go, and I'm probably going to send another video over to you, Barack. I didn't send them all at once because I didn't want to get them all confused. Let me get this one. Let me open this up and pause it. This is the one I write on right here. But I actually want to go to this part. Let me get the stamp I want. Okay, so I want it at 252. That's the timestamp. We're gonna timestamp 250. I'm gonna send it to you in the back chat, King.
Come.
Timestamp it.
And if y'all eyes hurt from watching these videos, it's because it's in 4K, man.
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me close that one out. All right, so I want you to start there maybe about 2 minutes and 35 seconds and hold it for me, right? And I'm making sure I got all my articles lined up to go into this. Okay, whenever you're ready for your screen share, man. Let me turn my screen share off. I didn't know mine was on. Yeah, go ahead. Let me see what the chat's saying because I don't know if that was real clear. So yeah, so pretty much they're like you said, BB guns lead to real guns, right? So we know in our community what our kids doing. High as hell, getting drunk, twerking pills, raw sex, baby daddies, living their life. Because you live YOLO, you only live once, right? But we also have in our communities our brothers using each other for target practice, right? So we always got to pay attention to the threats that come into our communities because there can always be another what's the white boy name out of Carolina, the one who went into the black church in Carolina and killed everybody, Dylan Roof. It's millions of these Dylan Roof guys running around here, man. And our people are so slow that they don't check these people when they see them coming in our communities, right? So let me see what this brother said. He says, King, where the village is at, we need to start uniting not only in belief, but in community as well. Exactly, King. Definitely, I agree with you on that. And yup, the sister said our girls twerking at gas stations. Yup. Or jumping out of cars in the middle of traffic like in a shot, twerking.
And you know what their young girls is doing? And like, I can show y'all endless videos of little ones, like 6 years old, just, bro, aiming too. But what we do, and doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Right, so go ahead and play that video real quick. Let me add it to the screen real quick. You might want to turn your video down some because we're getting a lot of echoing in the background. Or it could be that I had mine up and didn't really realize either. So go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to turn it down though some.
All right.
Child, what that is?
Start about 2 minutes, 45 seconds, 2:35. And I want you to pause it. Just pause it. All right, cool. So right here is one of the 3 young men in the situation we're going to deal with, right? Situation is that some white kids came into a black community in Akron, Ohio, over at the high school that LeBron James helped create. So they're out there playing on the basketball court, right? Bunch of black kids out there doing what they're supposed to do, right? They ain't selling dope. They ain't out there gang banging, shooting, murdering each other, right? Trying to get their LeBron on and get their MJ on. So the way the story is going, and we'll get more into it, and that's why I want to start this particular section, is because this group of white kids, and this particular dude named Ethan Liming or Lemming, however you want to pronounce the Edomite name, white boy, okay? Him and a group of his friends came in a vehicle, and what they had was these paintball guns that they modified. The statement was that they made the paintball things dry or dead or something. So they turned these paintball guns into automatic weapons. So when they're shooting out, they sound like an automatic weapon. And them paintball guns and them pellets, they're flying out and hitting people, right? So you got a group of black people on a basketball court. You got a guys pull up in a car like they're doing a drive-by, pecking at them. Then 2 of the white boys jump up out of the car, run up on them brothers at the basketball court, start airing them out, shooting them with them automatic pellet guns that are automatic that have been modified. Now, who walking around in the hood modifying guns? Who's walking around here modifying guns? The ones that create them. How do we learn how to do them? By the ones who created them, all their YouTube videos, right? So to make a long story, to even get to the chase, 3 brothers, this young man and 2 other young men in the video, you will just see this young brother, but the brother that I want you to see is the second brother. Because his attorney, I guess the other guys got PDs, this is a paid attorney. This guy actually laid out what the scenario was. So basically, the guys got out the car, running up on the brothers, shooting like 2 of them. A fight commenced. You know what Jake gonna do? Jake gonna beat the brakes off you, man. You can't come in the hood playing around like that, right? But they came playing like he was a joke. They didn't go to no white schools. They came to the hood, messing with the black dudes. Remember I used to tell y'all when they was doing a rioting and all of that about how people just like march them all through our communities and help terrify, loot our communities in all the major cities, and we're giving them permission to come through? This is evidence of it. So they come out there shooting up these brothers, hopping out the cars, the brothers get to fighting with. I guess they couldn't handle the hands of Jake. The dude, Ethan Lemon, got hit. I guess he fell down, hit his head on the ground, and he died. And now these 3 brothers are locked up for $1 million bond, getting 10% out for murder. So go ahead and let the video play, bro.
Come on.
All right, so it's $1 million, 10% bond with tax and pre-trial supervision, GPS.
Hey, you got an echo. I paused it out of one. You got an echo.
Reviewable by either this court or
you got an echo.
Please, if you're indicted. So,
You got an echo?
Yeah, you got an echo. Just pause it for a minute. Make sure you don't have an extra YouTube window open or another browser. If you got any YouTube browsers open, just close them. And then
I got all my joints on there, but I'll save them. I'll bookmark them.
Yeah. Just bookmark them.
I got the times and everything all of them though, but I'll do it. No, I'm saying like I don't have them. Let's see if I could change it.
You know what? When you play your video, I'm gonna mute it. My wife is thinking that maybe I need to mute mine. It usually you don't have to like it all the time because usually when he's playing it, we don't get the echo. But I'll mute just to see if that helps. Go ahead.
Okay. Because I could change it to my other speakers. That's why I'd be wanting to put it in the headphones. But sometimes it's weird when I put on this external camera. But anyway.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Go ahead and let it roll.
all right, thank you.
Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear fine.
This is Deshaun Stafford, 22 CRA 4175, murder and felonious assault. Unrelated case 21 CRB 6107. Whole fleeing, resisting arrest, criminal damaging, obstructing official business.
Hey, turn your volume back up.
Is unrelated case to Judge Hamilton's court.
Okay. Thank you, on behalf of Deshaun Stafford. Sean is, when he goes by, not retained by family member Johnson, represent Sean through these matters. At this time, I'd like to technically not guilty plea to all charges. I would tell you that Sean has no prior felony records, misdemeanors that are attached to this case and going up to another judge. Those are all resolved matters. There's a matter of outstanding class or something he needs to take. But with respect to this case, Your Honor, am I technically not guilty? I would like to address the issue of bond, and my knowledge that are. So you're saying on the misdemeanor case, it's 21 CRB 06107. He is here on the contempt cases. Yeah, it looks like all the charges dismissed. There's a failure to pull over charge that has a warrant out there. That warrant for not doing the class he's supposed to do. Okay. And that he's going to see Judge Hamilton for that. So you're representing on the contempt. I will. Okay. All right. So then you're not guilty. I am.
It's echoing.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was getting the first time. Yeah, just go ahead and kill it. We'll take it from there.
So
I'll break it. You know what? I can play it from my phone. I got it.
That's the one you want to address on
That's
bond,
better.
right?
That's
Very
better.
well now.
That's perfect.
Because I got the headphones now.
Your Honor, I understand that at this level, we don't get.
So do me a favor. Take it back to like 240 because everything was distorted. Take it back to 240.
Some interest.
Okay, come. Salakia. Yeah.
What I would tell you is Sean is 20 years old.
By either this court or the Court of Common Pleas if you're indicted. So that's how that's going to work. All right, thank you.
Your Honor, this is Deshaun Stafford, 22 CRA 4175, murder and felonious assault. Unrelated case 21 CRB 6107, willful fleeing, resisting arrest, criminal damaging, obstructing official business, and contempt. That is an unrelated case to Judge Hamilton's court.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of Deshaun Stafford, Sean is what he goes by. Your Honor, I've been retained by the family attorney John Sin to represent Sean through these matters. At this time, we'd like to enter a technical not guilty plea to all charges. I would tell you that Sean has no prior felony record. The misdemeanors that are attached to this case are going up to another judge. Those are already resolved matters. There's a matter of an outstanding class or something he needs to take. But with respect to this case, Your Honor, and my technical not guilty, I would like to address the issue of bond.
Let me back up here. So you're saying on the misdemeanor cases, 21 CRB 06107, he is here on the
Yeah, looks like all the other charges dismissed. There's a failure to pull over charge, and that has a warrant out of there. That warrant is not doing a class.
Okay.
And that you got to see different with that.
So you're presenting on that.
I will.
Okay. All right. So, and you're not guilty plea.
I am.
Okay. Okay. All right. So back to the main charge. That's the one you want to address on bond, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I understand that at this level we don't get necessarily to the facts of the case, but I do feel some background is appropriate in this matter because this has gotten some interest, and I know that the court may have some knowledge. What I would tell you is Sean is 20 years old. As I said, he has no prior felony record, and on the night in question, he and his brother and his cousin went up to play basketball at the I Promise courts. You may know, Your Honor, in fact, I know that you know that those courts were given to the neighborhood. So kids in this situation could get off the streets and get somewhere safe in those well-lit all-night courts on summer night. Sean was up there playing basketball with his brother and his cousin. He is 5'5", 130 pounds, and there was just the three of them on the court playing when a carload of kids, or carload of teenagers, I guess, adult teens, were pulled into the lot. At that point, they opened their windows and opened fire with what at the time seemed to be a fully automatic firearm. That weapon's in the custody of the police now. It turns out that it was a fully automatic paintball gun that had been illegally modified by freezing the ammunition. After these boys were sprayed with the firearm, then the boys from the other vehicle got out, chased them out of the court, assaulted them, and a fight did ensue where my client is alleged to have defended himself. That's going to be the gist of this case. Again, the investigation is ongoing. It's ongoing. It is a tragedy. The victim in this case, the young man who died, allegedly got punched, hit the ground, and hit the cement. Basically, the injury from the cement may have been what caused the ultimate damage here. We won't know all that until a later time. But I would ask you to take into consideration that these boys were on the basketball court, unarmed, doing what we want them to do, playing basketball, when kids from outside the neighborhood came in a vehicle, sprayed them with this crazy paintball gun. With that being said, Your Honor, I think $1 million, 10% is a bond that's not appropriate. I would ask you to consider $500,000, 10%. Frankly, I don't think the families are going to make these bonds. I just want our position on the record, sir.
Sure. What's the bond recommendation office?
No, I would
Yeah,
ask to
I'm
do the
on. Go
same
ahead and
bond
kill
as
the video.
co-defendant, 1,010%
Go ahead and
with
kill it.
maximum super.
All right, let me stop the screen share. Go ahead and stop your screen share. All right, so that's hold on. Let me get back to my screen.
Hey, can you hear me now in the headphones?
Yeah. You're loud.
Okay,
Okay.
calm.
You might
Calm.
want to turn it down a little bit. Just turn your
I got
volume down a little bit because you got
How about
feedback.
that?
All right. One more time.
How about that?
Okay, that's cool. So
Okay.
So basically, the reason why I brought y'all to this video, I started y'all off with the kid in Philly, right? We seen what that situation was, right? White kid coming in the black community playing with the modified paint guns, pellet guns, right? Now we got another situation. Well, that was in Philly. Here we are the next day over in Akron. And you got white boys coming into a black community, like I stated, for fun and games. Not knowing in the city, in the hood, we don't F around like that. We don't play them type of games. Right? So if you heard that those kids, the brothers, the one with the dreads, they were playing basketball. Could have been doing anything else. Shooting up the hood, shooting up the club, selling dope, robbing, doing kick those, oppressing their own people. No, they was out there getting a LeBron James on because in Akron, Ohio, LeBron is the king of Ohio. Now, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but I got to give him his props. He's one of the greatest. And I know when I was a kid, I wanted to be like Mike too. I lived on the basketball court. I lived my days on the football field trying to play like Walter Payton and hit like Mike Singletary and Wilbur Marshall, right? I wanted to do the Richard Dent Sackman dance. You know what I'm saying? The Super Bowl shuffle, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what we did as children. So in the media, and let me see if I can pull it up on TikTok. You know, I'm gonna share my screen right here, right? So basically, these brothers are being like they put a $30,000 reward out the first day. Like the media was like, "Oh, this is a hate crime. Poor white kid, star football player at the school, at his high school. Poor him. Woo, 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 woo." Esau always whining. But guess what? In a situation like that, if a fight breaks out, that's self-defense. Because a weapon is being used against you. Now, there's laws in the books that those type of things that take place, those are considered assaults, felonies with weapons. But in this case, this kid is not being charged with anything, obviously because he's dead, but none of his friends are being charged with them instigating and being, what is the word? What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word am I looking for? It slips my mind.
Protagonist?
They're accessory to the crime. They're accessory to the events that led up to it. Yep, and they're antagonists. And there are laws in the book that if you and your friends go commit a crime and one of your friends get killed in the act of the commission of the crime by the person who you guys were committing a crime against, guess what? Not only you get charged, not only is the guy who killed them not going to be charged for murder, but you and your accomplices will be charged for that offense. Now help me make sense of this. What's so different? They have lifted up their head against us. They lifted up their head against the hoary head man, the nappy-headed bearded man that looked like me and you, the real Jew, the real Israelite, the real 12 tribes of Israel. Somebody give me Job 9:24, brothers. Job 9:24. And I'm gonna get my screen share up, so I'm gonna pull it up on screen share. You know, I like to do that. Y'all kind of quiet in the chat, man. Y'all asked us to do a 10-hour class, and y'all ain't even active, man. Y'all boring, man. Y'all boring. Y'all are boring. Come on now. Where y'all at? Wake up. Let me get the girls up right now. So,
Oh yeah, you gonna get it, Lord?
Yeah, I got it. Count another one.
Okay, count it.
Whenever you're
Count.
ready, go ahead and read.
This is the book of
Job
this
9.
is the book of this is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If
Mhm.
not, where and who is he?
Right. So the question is, and better yet, the statement is that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now, the reason why I brought this scripture out, because you guys are going to be like, well, why did he bring that out? Why he bring out Job 9 and 24? Well, guess what? If the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and we know who rule the earth right now, the so-called white man, the so-called Edomite, the so-called Caucasian man, and they run the earth, then they created a system just for them. So where they have laws that protect them, that are just for them, and then those same laws are not always just for us. You hear that? Justice for us. So in this situation, I was not there. I am not a witness, but off of my research and all the information that I'm seeing, that these guys, if those were 3 black guys running up on a group of white boys, they would be charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Do you not understand against the type of fight we have? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You don't have to be out here committing a crime to be charged and locked away and guilty, right? Let's jump over to Job 10 and 3 real quick. Let me make sure that's what I want. I'm going over to Job 10. Give you a second to get over there. Make sure that's what I want. My system's a little slow. Let me see. All right, cool. Con, let's get on. We're going to Job 10 and 3. And I just want you to read that. Job 10 and 3.
God. This is the book of Job, chapter 10 and verse 3. Is it good unto thee that thou shouldest oppress, that thou shouldest despise the work of thine hands, and shine upon the counsel of the wicked?
Right. Is it good that thou shouldest oppress? Who's being oppressed? The innocent. And this is a conversation between Job and the Most High, right? Dealing with his situation, but guess what? He's around oppression. Think about what he was suffering and what he was going through in the affliction, being oppressed by his wife, by all his friends, everybody turning against him, right? So right now, the light is shining upon the counsel of the wicked. Why? Because the people that rule this earth, they're the dark forces of this earth. They're the principalities and rulers of darkness that the New Testament talks about. What we have to understand is that we're still in captivity. There are still laws in the books that if you commit a crime in this country, in the Constitution, you can be locked up into servitude. Slavery is legal if you go into prison. Prison is slavery. Now, like I said, if there had been some black brothers or some Hispanic brothers or even some Native American brothers, we even just say some damn Hamites, some Egyptians that are not Israelites, but they were just black people, right? They say, oh, some black people came over here, the goddamn niggers. Guess what? Our neighborhoods were being swarmed, doors being kicked in, feds coming, FBI. Why? Because it would be considered a hate crime. So what I ask you brothers and sisters to do, man, is to pray for those 3 brothers up in Akron in that scenario they're in. Because, again, this person, these people are ready to castrate and hang our sons before our very eyes when they may be innocent. And this could wind up being one of them cases where these young brothers get convicted and wind up having to serve 10, 15, 20 years and then come back out after doing that time and then being found innocent. Isn't that how it works in America? Guilty till proven innocent. Let's think about it. If you were innocent until proven guilty, then why do we have to have $1 million? Why do these young brothers have to have $1 million bond? How many black people who are sitting around with 100,000, which is 10% of $1 million, or 500,000 and 50,000, just sitting around in the bank account just to give away? That's all part of the slave system.
And the sister Maya in the chat, she wanted Zechariah 11:5.
I don't even see her comment in the chat.
It's right there. Right there.
It?
No, you got it right there. It's highlighted. A nation who does not hold themselves accountable.
Yeah. Go ahead and grab it. God. No, I actually thought she dropped the scripture. I'm looking for. I thought I missed something in the chat.
No.
Yeah, go ahead and call that scripture for the sister. But here's the reality of it. This is scary. I know in my own personal experiences that I dealt with the law at a young age. I sat in juvenile corrections at a young age. I sat in detention at a young age. Not being able to afford $10,000 to bail out at the age of 14 and 15. Come on, man, let's be real. This system is designed. This nation and the system is designed for us to ever be at the bottom of society. It is set up for us to fail, man. And like the scriptures say, we're thus this day in our captivity because our forefathers were not, right? We're in this captivity because of the sins of our forefathers, and they're no longer here. And we still suffer those iniquities, those punishes and those curses. And whatever we may have done in our previous lives prior to the regeneration, that's a whole nother conversation. That'll be another class about regeneration. So we're not going to tap into that, But there's so many different factors that play into our situation that our people don't want to pay attention to, right? Did y'all find that? Because I know what she's looking for. If y'all don't have it, I'll grab it.
I know. I got it.
I'll get it. I think it's in Zechariah, right?
Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5.
All right. Somebody drop that in the chat. Hey, anybody want to scribe for us and drop these precepts in the chat? In the chat? Any of the sisters, brothers, when we call these scriptures, just drop them in the chat for anybody who's slacking.
Yeah, Zechariah.
And actually, when you read it, hold on, Slaki, I want you to start up a little higher.
You when you get it?
Start up at verse 3. Zechariah 11 and 3 through 5.
God.
If y'all don't have it, I'll read it. I got it on the screen. I can read it.
I got it.
I got it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 3. Mm-hmm. There is a voice of the howling of the shepherds, for their glory is spoiled. A voice of roaring of the young lions, for the pride of Jordan is spoiled.
Read.
Verse 4. Thus said Yahweh my Elohim, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Right,
so let's just take a look at this real quick, right up in verse 3. It says, the voice of the howling shepherds, right? For their glory is spoiled. A voice of the roaring of the young lions, for the pride of Judah is spoiled. What does that mean? That means destruction, famine, oppression at the hands of our enemies, being taken into captivity. For the pride of Jordan was Israel, and the inhabitants were taken into captivity. That's why the Most High sent the watchmen and the shepherds to say, like the prophet Zechariah, feed the flock of the slaughter. Why feed the flock? Why does it say feed the flock of the slaughter Remember in the book of Revelations, it says in the last days that their dead bodies shall lie in that great shall lie in the streets of that great city. Where's that great city? All the nations and all the kingdom that our people were taken into captivity, right? And in verse 5 it's pretty simple. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be America. God bless America. God bless America. The land of the rich, the land of the free, the home of the brave. Those are the people who hold themselves not guilty. Those are the same people that sold us. Those are the same people that hate us. And those are the same people that are still yoke of iron and bondage upon our neck. They are forever trying to step on our necks. See, cats like me, they ain't looking for me no more. Why? Because I've had my mind's been reprogrammed. Same thing with Barack and Ariel. But guess what? They'll be more of a target than I am because they're walking around with the beardy look, with the grays and the specs. You know. Plus, I'm a handsome dude. But at the same time, same thing with them brothers. But here's the thing. The difference in age between us three is almost anywhere between 18 to 20 years. 15 to 20 years. So, so looking at a young brother like them, they're a target. No difference than them young brothers that just got targeted when they were doing nothing. They were doing nothing but being jakes in the hood, trying to dribble and shoot their way up out the hood. It's like Biggie say, either you got a wicked jump shot or you got selling drugs.
Can I add something?
All right.
So even if this nation is so wicked, though, even if, and I have it too, but I'm not gonna do that to y'all and try to, rewind the video tape where I got it. But if you carry concealed and carry, okay, you gotta actually shoot that person before he runs away. If the prosecutor has any type of evidence that you shot him and you drew your weapon when you weren't supposed to draw your weapon, you might go to jail for protecting your own life. That's how crazy this country is, And it's like so I'm protecting my family. I'm protecting my brand new car, from all these hoodlums out here out of control. But yet when I go and draw, I can still get locked up in jail and charged for murder.
Man,
so it's like almost like a lose-lose. It's almost like a lose. It's like, damn. God. Excuse my French, but it's like, dang, man, this country is crazy. It got loopholes, underholes, overholes. Oh, man. Pits, ditches, traps. It's just this country, man, is crazy. Not only is the language 2, 3, 4-fold, even the laws are 2, 3, 4-fold. You can't win. Remember when we was bringing out Joseph and how he was prosperous in all his ways? Man, when we come over here, it's the opposite. You could own a business, lose it. You could own a gun, get in jail for it. Anything and everything bad was going to happen to you because we ain't going back to the Most High God. Juneteenth. I was out in Chicago the other day. All them rainbow flags. On Juneteenth, like the whole, like our month, right? Our month. So it's like, man, come on, man. And we're gonna bring out more of that when I come up. But
it's just hold that Juneteenth thing because when I got somewhere I'm gonna slide over to because of Sister Dewana, and then you'll be able to go right on in. So hold that flame because I got something the sister sent me. I'm gonna address it. and we're going to carry on. But anyway, let's get back to the scriptures real quick, right? I know Ariel has to cut out in a bit. I already knew that in advance. So I'm gonna read Job chapter 19, verse 7, right? It says, behold, it's too bright. Ouch. Behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no judgment. It says, behold, I cry out of wrong. Job is crying out because of the wrong that he's experienced, right? But he says he's not heard. He's not heard. And there's no justice. Job was saying it back in his days, and we're still walking through that right now. And Job was from the tribe of Issachar, so somebody can kill that Edomite knowing that Job was an Edomite. I ain't trying to hit that madness. And I'll take anybody on in that topic anytime. But there was no justice then. There's no justice now. No justice, no peace.
No peace.
No justice, no peace.
No peace.
It's the same cry, same chant of our elders and ancestors that we hear still today with that wicked ass Black Lives Matter movement. Right? Let me see what else I got. Ariel, grab me Deuteronomy 28 and 29.
Okay.
Let's let these scriptures fly for a minute, and then we're gonna move on to another topic.
Hey, after this one, because this is what I love. This is what I love. We on the same spirit. Let me go into what I gotta go into about the guns, about Second Amendments and the history.
No. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna transition over. I got you. I got you with you. I'm gonna transition over to you, bro.
Okay. Come.
We got our Batman and Robin that going on, right? So start at Deuteronomy 29, right?
You said Deuteronomy 29?
28 and 28. 28, Slakia.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28. Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
That word oppressed and spoiled evermore, that means this destruction is going to be on us for a long period of time. Slakia, my screen jumped on me. And the thing about it is, it's like that's all our people know is oppression. And when you go through continuous oppression, guess what? You become programmed to it. You become immune to it to where you can't tell the difference between oppression and abuse. Right? It's like the sister said, it's like you have to play or be played. Wanda says, my granddad got life for killing the man that robbed him because the man was trying to run, but eventually my mom paid thousands and got him out after 5 years. Wow. What they meant was black ass matters. True. Ooh, girl, you're going in right now, sis. So, this is what's going on. It's no different than what we seen happen down in Uvalde, right? I'm gonna get it over to you, brother. We're in the same spirit. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for.
You good.
Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for about the Uvalde writer, right? Let me see. Nope, that's what Wanda wants. There's not time for that. That's Buffalo. I'm looking for the Uvalde guy. Give me a second.
Oh, the Uvalde? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might almost be there. Right. Okay, Barack, I'm going to share something with you. And I want you to play this video. It's dealing with Uvalde. I just sent it to you. And I just sent it to you in the back chat. Get back where I was. I just copied it. Boom. Where is it? And then after that one, I want you to play this video, and then we'll segue over to you probably a couple minutes after that. So you ready? Okay, go ahead.
The massacre, I want to note this report does include several images of the shooter.
This is the text conversation just moments before the 18-year-old suspect would attempt to kill his grandmother, then, in his words, shoot up an elementary school. You know what I'm going to do right now, he writes. Tell me, is the response. I can't, since my grandpa hasn't left. I'm waiting for this dude to leave. Shortly after 11 a.m. Texas time, the suspect then complains about his grandmother and his phone bill. I'm waiting for this bitch. I'm going to do something to her right now. She's on with AT&T about my phone. It's annoying. 5 minutes pass, then I just shot my grandma in the head. I'm going to go shoot up an elementary school right now. That last message, sent at 6:21 p.m. German time, which would have been 11:21 a.m. in Uvalde, Texas. 11 minutes later, police received their first call of a shooting at Robb Elementary School. The person on the receiving end of those texts, a 15-year-old girl in Germany. She had never met the suspect in person. They connected through a live streaming app called Yubo, then FaceTime, texted. He sent her videos of himself. She's not the only person he was communicating with. The shooter's Instagram account showed a photo of 2 AR-style weapons and tagged another young woman who he messaged the morning of the shooting saying, I'm about to, but didn't finish his sentence, and then I got a little secret.
Jake, the teenage girl who spoke to CNN from Germany did so with her mother's consent, and she says that reaching out to him through social media was her only connection.
Listen.
That's the end of that one right there.
We need to reduce plastic waste in the environment.
Yeah.
That's why America's beverage companies.
You can go ahead and comment before you play the other one because I want you to get the other one. But go ahead and drop your knowledge, man. Go ahead and speak. Hold on, real quick. I got to jump in, man, because this is my video.
Hey, man. Listen, man. It could listen. No matter what it is, even if it's manufactured, because this country's wicked as hell. Listen. I always say, if you got a blank check and the best camera in the world, you could do whatever the hell you want to. I could pay $100,000 to everybody involved, and we can make shit disappear. You understand me? So, and to get people riled up to take guns away, I'm gonna do the most. You know, so but whether or not it's fake or it's real and it really did happen and these children really did die, it's still gonna be the same effect. They want to take your damn guns away, right? So with that said, you know, but now that dude is lethal. If he shot his grandmama in the face for that, that's crazy as hell. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Something and we was talking about this too. Why would y'all let an 18-year-old buy? How does an 18-year-old have $4,000 to buy those 2 guns? Because we can look at the prices. I got some of them. That might be a St. Victor AR, and them joints cost about $1,400. What 18-year-old gonna have enough money to buy $1,400 worth of a gun, man? But that's just me. But anyway, what's the other video? Oh, okay. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay.
When you shot your grandmother, a poor person. These people were, this town they live in is like a rundown town. It's not a lot of, small rural town that broke. There's not a lot of industries out there. There's not a lot of jobs. A lot of mom and pop for this dude to be so wicked to kill his own grandmother and then to go in and go kill those babies, I'm sorry, man. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he's not. Y'all can't hear me? Oh snap! Why y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, I was about to say it's kind of muddy.
Why y'all can't hear me? Wow, what happened? Hold on a second.
Oh no, yeah, you good. Yeah, you good.
Okay,
now.
God. Okay, God. Now I'm saying, what it takes a special kind of evil and wicked person to shoot their grandmother who's raising them. Those people are poor down there. It's a rural town, really no industries, no companies, no warehouses or nothing. It's just like a trucking town, bunch of truck stop, mom and pop diners here and there. Really nothing in that community. So like the brother said, how would this kid get that about $4,000 to $5,000? Because we're just gonna say $4,000 for the guns. But what about the ammunition? And then the other things that they had that they're not telling, like the protective body armor and all of that stuff. So we're talking about like $6,000 or $7,000. So what can we find down in Texas? The national headquarters of the Ku Klux Klan, the Proud Boys, Antifa. Very. Talking about some rednecks, boy. I had never seen that many rednecks in my life. I'm talking when I was in Texas, boy. Them necks was burnt red. I'm talking about cherry red. And them boys walking around with them thumpers and them hammers. I wasn't used to that. See, in Chicago, you can't walk around with ARs and stuff like that. That threw me off. So I'm watching every redneck, every white man that's around me, even the Jakes. So where is he getting that money from? Was that a government hit? Was he paid? Was there money funded to him by some secret group? So what that man did, I'm not arguing about his nationality, but that's the spirit of an Edomite, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the spirit of an Edomite. Because I don't know no black man or no Latino or even indigenous person, so-called Native American, that's going to go into a school and shoot up a classroom full of 3rd and 4th and 5th graders. They said in one classroom, he killed the entire classroom and the teacher. Sister said, hold on, let me get that. Take my banner off. She said, what the sister say? Yeah, but he looks like one of those killer white boys. Yeah, he does. But then again, we know Israel comes in all different flavors. You're right, sister. He could be a $5 Indian. I don't know. I don't want to assume, but that's a wicked and evil ass spirit upon a person, right? Let me Hey, Barack, grab me Jeremiah 50 and 33, man. You know what? Drop that. Give me Ecclesiastes 1 and 8. Ecclesiastes 1 and 8. And I'm gonna grab it real quick. Sorry about that, family. I didn't know my sound was out. Ecclesiastes 1 and 8.
You talk about guns, these Edomites on it. You should be on it. They want to drown us out.
No, that's not it. Is that what I want? No, I think it's Sirach. Wait a minute. Is that what I want? No. Give me a second. Let me stop my screen share real quick. Let me find what I'm looking for.
Okay. If it's Sirach, let me just grab my apocrypha real quick.
Go ahead, King.
Oh, you know what? I got it though. I can just type in second entries and.
Okay. It's not the apocrypha. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 3.
Got.
I was 2 chapters over. Hold on. Is that what is it? Let me double check. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. That can't be right. Hold on a second, out of one.
Yeah. 3 and 1. There's a time. A time for love.
No.
A time.
No, it's Ecclesiastes 3 and 18. 3 and 18. That's what it is. Okay.
Okay,
And
good.
actually, wait a minute. That's still not it because it's not pulling up here. Okay, this is what's pulling up. I'm gonna drop it in the back chat. I know this is the scripture because I had it, and when I'm pulling it up on the King James V, it's not pulling up. So that one right there, it says Ecclesiastes. Yeah.
I said, oh no, it's oh no, because you know what? They both 17 and 18 start with I said in mine heart.
Okay, let's see. Let me go there real quick to make sure that's what it is.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna drop it in the chat. I don't know if my app is acting up, but this is the scripture I was trying to grab right here, family. I'm gonna read it. And it might be Sirach 3 and 8 or 3 and 18. I don't know, my Bible app is messing up. But it says in Ecclesiastes 3 and 18, I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that Yahweh might manifest them and that they might see themselves as beasts. So
3 and
this is
18
another.
Ecclesiastes.
Yep. So this is another analogy or metaphor of the Most High comparing the wickedness in the estate of men and their works and comparing us to beasts. You got to remember that the Most High, after the 6th day, there were no creation. A lot of times people believe that all men was created. Adam was the first man. No, there was men and women created before Adam and Eve. When you go back into the book of Genesis, they're referred to as beasts. Why are they referred to beasts? Because they have no knowledge of the Most High. They have no humanity. They have no understanding of love. They don't have the sun kissing down on them with the dew of heaven and giving them the right vitamins in order to have the emotions and understanding and compassion that our people always have versus them. They're a beastly people. You got to remember, we helped civilize them. They were our children, and we civilized them. And it's going to be another time and place during the time of Christ that we're going to civilize them once again. Through war and bloodshed. Blood between war and bloodshed. By the angels that are fighting on the side of the 144,000, with Christ leading the army of Israel. We have to get back right, man. We got to get back right in step with the Most High, man. And, for any of you brothers that's sitting out there just sitting on the sidelines, wondering what camp you should be in, all camps are wicked. Dig this here, man. The reason why people are dying and why we're still in captivity because of niggas that look like you. That's too lazy to put their feet to the ground, to hit the highways and the byways, to go blow the shofar, blow the trumpet and warn the people. There's a lot of you brothers out here faking the funk talking about you Israelites, but you don't want to do the works. You don't want to be a part of the family. I ain't saying you got to be a part of our family, but y'all, Most High said the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. We got our enemies amping up on us, and all we want to do is amp up and argue and debate on Facebook all day. Arguing like Whack 100, which is an effeminate Negro. I don't care how big the nigga is, very effeminate. Viper in our hood. Poison. When are you men are going to stand up and gird up your loins? The Most High said his congregation is of men. When they set up the offices, they gave everybody titles, captains, generals, lieutenants, such and such, over certain men. In order to be a great leader, you have to learn how to follow. And even at my soon-to-be age of 50, I ain't got no problem learning and having a great man show me where I'm lacking at. Because it's high time to wake up out of sleep. It's high time to stop being slothful. It's high time to go out here and warn our people about the dangers that are coming. Let me see some. Sister Wanda say you have to spell your words differently like you see me do to trick the meta employees whose jobs are to control the algorithm. That's right. And let's say, Amaya says, yeah, as a woman, I had to get back to a camp because I was falling off. That's right. That's right, sister. All praises to the Most High. So let's go ahead and cue up this video and let's check out what happened. Go ahead and play this one. And I'm going to speak a little bit more, a few more scriptures, and it's on you, Barack. You're going to have 5 minutes.
He said you're all going to die.
So this is one of the kids that was in the school. I said, when I'm done, you got 5 minutes to do your whole class, and we out of here because I told him we was only going to be here 10 minutes, all right? So anyway, this young man was one of the survivors of that shooting at the school. Go ahead.
Come.
Just tell you shooting.
This morning, a chilling account for the first time of what went on inside that classroom where multiple children and 2 teachers were fatally shot.
I was playing dead, so he won't shoot me.
10-year-old Samuel Salinas, one of the few survivors from his class, now recovering after an injury to his leg.
He shot my teacher and then he shot the kids. I think he was aiming at me, like the thing, and then he, I guess one of the chairs were there, so it blocked it, and pieces in my leg.
Most of his friends and classmates not making it out alive.
I kind of don't feel safe going to school, and I feel hot, and sometimes at night I have nightmares too.
Also inside that classroom, 10-year-old Tess Mata.
It happened here, and it killed my baby.
Tess adored her big sister Faith, loved making TikToks, and kept people laughing.
She put a smile on everybody's face every time she was always dancing. She always had the biggest smile ever.
Evadulia Horta's son, Rogelio Torres, also one of the victims.
Losing that little piece of my heart, I lost my son.
The mother of 4 says Rogelio was loving, happy, and liked to help others.
I think about him, what happened that day, what was going on in that classroom that he was in. He was crying out for me or something. I'm not sure. I'm just like, what was his last? What he saw last.
And Eli Garcia, she was known to love Encanto and her abuelita, Nelda Lugo, who says every time she saw her granddaughter, she would run to her and give her hugs.
All right, so again, we see what this carnage does in communities, right? When it gets sad when our people and our children are not safe to go to school, not able to walk into a church. Not saying that I'm telling anybody to go to church. I ain't stepping in no church unless I'm going up in there to like I've done in the past, maybe cause a ruckus or an issue. Not seriously, just to really build with the people and talk to the elders and the pastors to sit down and build with them. But the reality of it is, it's not safe to walk in our communities now. It's not safe to go into our black grocery stores. Remember what happened in Buffalo, New York? Guy came up in there into a black grocery store and killed up our people. This stuff you're seeing right now is unheard of. But the scripture says the earth is going to wax worse and worse. It says evil was going to increase. Okay, I see your message on Sister 101. I will take a look at it. You want to go ahead and share your thoughts, Barack, while I check my email, and then you can go ahead and transition, and then I'll transition over to something else when you go ahead. So go ahead and take the lead, sir.
Okay, kind of one. I feel you on that. Let me just get, because you said, as a woman, I had to get back to a camp because I was falling off. I'll just do one from the class I was going to bring out last Friday, but I'll bring out one of the scriptures.
I would say if you want to deal with, the Second Amendment and what you're talking about, gun rights.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that.
And then you can also transition over to if you had anything about the monkeypox as well. So the floor is yours.
Con. Let's just do that. Because that gets into a whole other thing. I gotta share my screen though. I gotta share my screen real quick because I'm gonna do it in reverse. I'm gonna show y'all the videos, and then I'll get a scripture or two. Let me just see here. First up, we got Joy Behar. What she got to say about Negroes with guns. And then the sheriff too. Okay, we good. Yeah, we just gotta get that thing on the screen real quick. Yeah, get that thing on the screen. Yeah, because the thing is like we are gun holders. There's a lot of us with guns in this country. We do exercise our Second Amendment rights. It's just that when they see us do it, they get scared. And that's the thing. Like, there's no gun control laws really being enforced when Kyle Rittenhouse do it, when the other Edomite man was doing it in Buffalo. It's just hearsay and it's just politics. But when we do it for real, oh yeah, it goes down. It goes down quickly. Faster than Joe Biden right now, 95, 90. Write that shit. Send it off. Send them all to jail. I'm talking about after he wrote that bill, there was 2 million of us in that prison cell. So let's just play this video right quick, and then I'll link it up with another one. You know, let me see that. Yeah, we do that one first. Just tell me when you got it on the thing. I got that screen share. I don't know if you approved it.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Salakia.
No, you're good. So this brother got like 5 million. He was on the NOA calling the war. He's big time as far as exercising your Second Amendment rights. He's a very lawful, abiding citizen of this country. Just to let everybody know. But check it out.
As a gun owner, there are people in this country that genuinely own guns and just do so for the same reason that we all sit up.
An AR-15?
No, let me tell you. Okay, let me.
Hey man, why you cutting this girl off, man? You see the entitlement of these women? Come on, man. And they want to be. This is the thing with Democrats, man. And this is the thing. Well, I don't care if it's Republicans or Democrats are both a part of the same bird. But at the same time, the audacity of someone say that I'm down with you to be able to think that they can rule over you and cut you off and do everything. Listen, y'all basically, let's just continue with the video, man. This is just absolutely disgusting.
Let me give you a story. There's a man in Connecticut that watched his neighbor have a home invasion and watched their whole family get killed. He built his own AR-15 because Connecticut won't let you buy them, but you can abide by rules that allow you to build them. And then he has one in his house to protect his family because he never wants to see that happen again. He is a black man. It's odd. Most AR-15 owners are former military, 35 plus and married. So that's all I'm saying is that they're not these crazy people.
Here's the thing. Once black people get guns in this country, the gun laws will change. Trust me.
Wow.
Hey, that's real. That's real, bro. They gonna
she ain't lying. She ain't lying. But check this out. I'm gonna share another one though. Drop this. I'm gonna get this one. Let me go with this other joint. We're gonna go back in history, back in time, because the Most High requires the past. So let's go back in the past and share something else. Let's go back in the past, share something else. Try to do this a little bit faster. All right. Read this little document. All right. So y'all Negroes don't be reading like that. So let's get it. I should share this. Yeah, if you could share the screen. And really, man, they scared because like Ecclesiastes 1, 3 and 1 say, man, there's going to be a time for everything. And there is going to be a time to get down. Okay. And they scared of that because they earn that. They earn that. A lot of these rappers say you're going to get it back in blood. Well, they going to get it back in blood, all right? They're going to get it back more than blood, okay? Please don't forget. And that's the thing, like, Yes, get money, but what happened when it's over though? That's what our women don't be understanding though. It's like, okay, you got to understand the Most High love you. He's trying to spoil you, okay? And I got a sad story from back in the day too, because y'all came a long way, but He had mercy on you to be able to exceed a man. So now y'all are quote unquote winning, even though we kind of both at the same rate. You know, we kind of both make the same money, and we both below the so-called Arab, Middle Eastern, East Indian. They're the ones that's really winning. They all doctors and lawyers and all that. You know, I just seen a young black woman that's 25 deny a nuclear physicist because he was boring. If that was an Indian woman, she would have threw him that thing over the phone. Okay? I'm talking about kids in the spelling bee. But our women is, man, I'm telling you, it's not just the women, it's the men too. We both kind of degenerate as far as that behavior. But let's get into it. Ronald Reagan, this is the Black Panthers right here. They came up locked and loaded. Exercising a Second Amendment, right? California was an open carry state with few gun restrictions. But good old Ronald Reagan, you know that one, right? Nearly 30, just 30, not 100, not 1,000, but 30 of us. 30 of us scared them. How many people marched in Black Lives Matter? And how many of that matter? Nah. Armed with pistols, the 12 gauge shotguns, no AR-15s. No AR-15s. I repeat, no AR-15s. Fair use. No AR-15s. He said, and just like we be saying, black people have begged, prayed, petitioned, demonstrated, and everything else to get this racist power structure of America to right the wrongs which have historically been perpetuated against so-called black people. And it is time for so-called black people to arm themselves against this terror before it's too late. Right? Reagan was aghast. And nearly what is that? Nearly all white California legislature panicked. You know that 65% of white Americans are against cash reparations for your behind. I said 65%. That's a lot of people. There's absolutely no reason why a citizen should be carrying loaded weapons. Oh man. But look at this man, Don Mulford. Very important, Republican, not that it matters. You know, he wanted to ban people from carrying loaded weapons in public. And that happened, and this is the initial gun control law. And a year, well, this is when my sister was born. Okay. So, you know, that's what we do. We affect policy. When they want something done, they rile us up and they try to change policy. We are their pawns because we are the salt of the earth. If you get us riled up for something, for some reason, some things happen, but it's always negative against us because we will not prosper in this land because we are not like Joseph and we are not like Jacob. You know, we don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, but we go by our own fleshly desires. You know, so let's exit this one out. And then we're gonna get one scripture really fast. Gonna get another scripture. Sorry if I'm going fast. Yeah, Kayla. WTF. No, it will not be televised. It's gonna be online. No, this one. Hold on. Let me get some scriptures. Let me get a scripture real quick. It's the same one, really. But honestly, let me get and I'll read it too. Leviticus 26:17. Yeah, Leviticus 26 and 17. And then I'll get the other one too, and then we'll go straight through it. I'll get the other one too. We go straight through it, and then we're gonna go on to the monkeypox. Because my brother Uncle Phil broke it down. I don't even gotta do nothing. Don't even gotta do nothing. Come on, man.
Whenever you're ready, I'll read it for you.
Okay, Con, I'm ready.
This is Leviticus 26 and 7.
Oh, 17. But look at it. But look at that. And verse 8. But verse 8. I said 30 people, right? And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 shall put 10,000 to flight. So when we have numbers, family, we are powerful, we are strong. And when we're coming in one accord with the foundation, which is the Mashiach Yahweh Shah, who you call Jesus Christ, when we come with that, these nations will quiver and they pass stuff like that Mulford Act. But go down to 17, verse 17, I believe. 17 or 18. No, I'm forgetting. 17.
Okay, I got you. This is Leviticus chapter 26, verse 17. And when I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth you.
So y'all gotta understand, man. I know y'all getting all this money out here, and y'all got these like white Mercedes Benzes and stuff, and y'all going to fancy smancy things with the nation, and y'all, and all y'all getting flowers from simps and all that, and y'all here on the block thinking it's sweet, getting your little bags off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing all those things, but don't make no mistake about it, man. These people hate you, man. They hate everything about you. They hate everything about you. And let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 29 again. Oh, go ahead too.
Let me read verse 18.
Okay.
And it reads Leviticus 26 and 18. And if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins.
Come, I mean, it's been getting worse and worse. If you really come on, man, it's been getting absolutely worse and worse. I mean, and just like the spirit of them that hate us is getting worse and worse because, well, we had to respect their children. When you 25, you had to put your head down to a 13-year-old and walk on the grass. Vice versa to 2022, you could be playing basketball with your guys and almost get shot with a hard paintball gun that felt like a bullet. So it's that same spirit in them, but now they got actual guns. Before you had to just treat them with respect and just shatter your whole ego. They wanted to break you down egotistically. Respect my son that can't even wipe his own behind. Get in the grass for us when we walk. Now it's out of sight, out of mind. If my children come up and try to shoot y'all because we taught that in them, then all way. And okay. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28 and 29 again, man. Come, man. And then we'll get into some more stuff. We'll get into the histories.
All right. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Come.
You good at 29.
Yeah, because spoiled means plundered too. And oppress, let's take oppress. It means to violate, to defraud, to do violence, to get deceitfully, wrong, extort, plundered, to tear away, to seize, to plunder, to rob, to take away by force, to tear away. What do? They listen, just like Joy Behar said, they will tear if we listen, and that's why with this black on black so-called black on black violence, this Jake on Jake violence, there's going to be a time where they say, you know what? Let's just take it away from them. Just like it was before. Just like it was before. They wasn't trying to take away nobody's guns except for us because they were scared because of the evils that they've done to our people. But fast forward, their children probably forgot that. But now they're probably wising up to that because they do want to take away America's guns. But the Most High wants to take away the guns because he wants to destroy this place. Let's take a look at another clip from a brother. You know what? Let's go into this. Let's go into this because we are violated as a people and we are oppressed and they do violence against us and everything that Deuteronomy 28 and 29 said is in this. And I'll share the screen again. I'll share the screen again. Yes, my. Oh man, this history man gets me lit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because it's just like everybody just be forgetting, like everybody's so bougie. And it's like, some of y'all don't got the, man, come on, man. All right, the racist origins. Now, I have little clips of it. So I'm going to go side by side and just kind of do my best here and just run it through. Okay. So let's see here. Too bad I can't highlight it. Okay, here we go. Governor, I'm right here, y'all. Governor William L. Sharkey, right? A pre-war Supreme Court judge in the state of the Unionists during the war, testified before Congress in 1866. He said, I believe that there are now in the state very little over half the number of freed men that were formerly of slaves. Certainly not more than 2/3. They have died off. There is no more telling the mortality that has prevailed among them. They have died off in immense numbers. But we know that we don't really die, we multiply. Now, Sharkey said those numbers were clearly exaggerated unless they included refugees who fled the state. But look at it. This is what their expectations are. But their expectations precede themselves because the Most High ain't abiding by their expectations. We don't die, man. We multiply. We like the sands of the sea. So they can't kill us. And they've been trying. And our people forgot this because they got a little bit of money in their pocket. My expectation concerning them is that they are destined to extinction. He said, my expectation concerning them are that they are destined to extinction. I'll read that one more time. My expectation concerning a black man and a black woman, the Hispanic man and a Hispanic woman, the Negro descent, that they are destined to extinction beyond all doubt. And we must judge of the future by the past. Well, I'll be. And I can tell you great many circumstances to that effect. I am sorry, I did not compare with me to the state but I think they will gradually die out. Well, boy, you wrong. You wrong, and the crack epidemic proves your ass wrong too. Excuse my French. Let's move on. This is your people. This is their are their grandfathers and their grandmothers, man. These are the same people, man. The same people, but they smile in your face though now. So it's okay.
Hey, I don't want to finish reading that next paragraph, man. There's some smoke up in there.
Oh, you want me to read? Okay. Oh no, yeah. This is okay. Okay.
I want you to read the next two paragraphs, bro. That's deep right there.
Okay. Sharkey? This is the governor, William L. Sharkey. Okay. Who had been appointed by President Andrew Johnson and elected to the 1865 U.S. Senate by Mississippi. It ain't no Mississippi. It's Mississippi. By not but not. We can do that later. Wasn't the only one to predict this extermination. He wasn't the only one to predict the extermination of African Americans in the post-war environment. This is after we fought for them. This is after we fought for them in the Civil War, and they doing this type of stuff.
Bring it out.
Reverend E. Joseph Roy of the American Home Missionary Society told Congress of his 6-month-long mission across the South after the war. I have heard many persons remark with great satisfaction that the Negroes will become extinct in a few years, including many people, false prophet, including many people willing to do the jobs themselves, like that Buffalo shooter. It's that same damn spirit. They willing to do it themselves. They willing to do it. But we're not governed over his will. We're governed over the Most High will. And he said he's going to save 1/3 of his people.
Hey, don't forget that paragraph right there, that extinction, that's where you got to go. That's what it means right there.
Okay, con. And that extinction could only take place if armed African Americans who had been in the Union Army service were first disarmed of movement well on the way by the time of Miss Child's brutal rape. And we're going to go to her brutal rape, but she was raped. And that's what I wanted to bring out too. Because, and maybe I don't have to bring this up, but, back in those days, they were mad that we won. And the ex-Confederate soldiers would take out their revenge on killing us, hanging us still, disobeying the new free laws, and even raping our women. So that's what that's talking about. And that's another definition of being plundered, because your women can be plundered, because sometimes they're treasure that can be spoiled. Am I not right? But anyway, South Carolina Freedmansboro Official Assistant Commissioner Rufus Saxton testified before Congress in 1866 that he also had documented numerous attempts by white supremacist gangs, like maybe the people around Uvalde, Texas, calling themselves regulators. They call themselves vigilantes, regulators, Proud Boys, roving around South Carolina to disarm free black men. I have had men come into my office and complain that the Negroes had arms. And I also heard that a band of men called the Regulators, consisting of those who had been in the late Confederate service, that means they want to have your ass in chains still, were going around the country disarming Negroes. And I can further state that they desire me to sanction a former contract that would deprive the colored men of their arms, which I refuse to do. Wow. Now listen, they had slave codes too. Okay. Let's go through it again. African American chattel. Let's go through that. My bad, y'all. I should have did this.
Hey, I want this article 2 out of 1.
Oh yeah, Con, it's litty. It's definitely litty, and that's what I do, man. And I grab stuff online, because online is where the library is.
Hold on, wait. You just passed the slave codes. You just had it right there. The reason the slave codes. And the
No, I want to go to chattel slavery. I want the people to know what chattel means.
You know, if you do a control F on your screen and type in that word chattel, it'll pull up all the words.
Man, I be forgetting that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So anybody want to know how to source and go through something quick? Use Control F and look up specific words. It'll bring you right to each section where the word is.
Okay. So let's do this right here. Ruffin hadn't really made any innovation of the law in the antebellum South. Blah, blah, blah. Your message done. For example, Virginia's slave code of 1705 stipulated that if any slave resists his master or owner any other person by his or her order, correcting such slave shall be killed in such corrections, and it shall not be counted as a felony. So once again, Zechariah 11:5, they don't hold themselves accountable. They can do whatever the hell we want to us because we disobey the Most High God. All right. In early America, slavery quickly became divided between traditional slavery practice in almost every nation and culture. What the English sometimes called indentured servitude and today is called white slavery, and the chattel slavery that bound African Americans. Right. African American chattel slavery, movable property. We were movable property. Okay. Movable property. And what is it? It was vital that the slave owner, being the only one bearing the sword and being the God figure with the power of life and death over the slave. Gosh dang. And there's more on that, man. And there's more on that. What is this? What is this? Let's do $10 fine. $10 fine. Ooh, crap. Control F. Fine. Yeah, Mississippi Black Codes provided a $10 fine for black ownership of possession of guns, which is about $650 dollars in today's country. Hey, hold on, real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, family. What y'all let in the chat, man? The brother just stepped away for a second. What are y'all thoughts about what y'all seeing right now? We're gonna bring the share back. But what are y'all thoughts? What are y'all feelings? You know, what are y'all thinking about this information we're bringing out about the slave codes, about these mass shootings, about the nature of our people by the other nations? What are your thoughts? Oh, hey, Barack, I'm trying to see what the chat said. What are you guys thinking about what you're seeing? What are your thoughts? Anybody want to comment? Anybody? Hope we're not boring y'all to death because we only wanted to be here for 10 minutes, but y'all asked for 10 hours. So we're going to give y'all a 10-hour marathon, whether you like it or not. I'm just kidding. Well, go ahead, King, whenever you're ready. They must be at home sleep already.
Okay, I'm going to move on. But that's a good document. If anybody wants it, it's basically, racist origins of America's gun control laws. It's a good document. The New American. There's tons more. I just got that lucky click of the button to get the most juiciest stuff, right? The most meat out of it. But anyway, and that's all praise to the Most High for putting me under the spirit. So like, y'all need to be proud.
Did you touch on that part about that sister Butler or that woman Butler who got raped? You forgot to tap on that.
Okay, it's right here. A freed slave and tenant farmer, Rhoda Ann Childs of Griffin, Georgia, testified September 25th, 1866, before the Freedmen's Parole in her state of what happened when 8 armed men barged into her home one evening. And it reads, "We were called upon one night, and my husband was demanded. I said I was not there. Then they asked where he was. I said he was gone to the watermelon patch. Then they seized me and took me some distance from the house, where they bucked me down across a log, stripped my clothes over my head, one of the men standing astride my neck, and beat me across my posterior. 2 men holding my legs. In this manner I was beaten until they were tired." I said, "In this manner I was beaten until they were tired. Then they turned me parallel with the log, laying my neck on a limb which projected from the log, and one man placing his foot upon my neck, beat me again on my hip and my thigh. Then I was thrown upon the ground on my back. One of the men stood upon my breast, while 2 others took hold of my feet and stretched my limbs out as far as they could, while the man standing upon my breast applied the strap to my private parts until I fatigued into stopping. And I was more dead than alive. Then a man supposed to be an ex-Confederate soldier, as he was on crutches, fell upon me and ravished me.
That word ravish means that they raped you. Pretty much they gang raped this woman. They beat our sister half to death. And pretty much at the point of where she's broken and couldn't fight back and exhausted after being beaten and beaten and beaten, they took turns raping this woman. Go ahead, King.
But y'all want to be friends with them and everything. Because it don't matter now. It don't matter now. Well, then Rhoda and Charles Griffin did all that in vain if it don't matter now.
Don't matter. It's the past. Forget about that. That was the olden times. That don't matter no more. This is new time.
We can stick our tongues out now and just do whatever we want to now. Because now
friends. Them are friends.
Because Rhoda got that bag now. She got that bag now. She can do whatever she wants to now. That's all, man. Come on, man. Y'all sound silly, man. If Rhoda was here, man, she'd be whooping y'all ass into shape. During the whipping. And during the whipping, because she got whipped by them. She ain't get a paycheck from them. She got whipped. That's what y'all was going through back in the day. Y'all was getting whipped by them and raped by them. Y'all wasn't getting no damn reality TV shows back in that day.
That's Deuteronomy 28. Right there, I think that's verse 29. Remember when you was reading 28 and I called for 29?
Gone.
That's right. That's right in the spirit. So
I know. Gone.
Go ahead.
During the whipping, one of the men ran his pistol into me.
Wow.
How's that for a super freak? And he said he had a hell of a mind to pull the trigger. And they swore they ought to shoot me, as my husband had been in the goddamn Yankee army. And they swore they meant to kill every black son of a bitch they could find that ever fought against them. They went back to the house, seized my 2 daughters, and beat them. They seized her 2 daughters and beat them, demanding their father's pistol. They were so scared they raped the mother, beat the daughters to grab a damn gun. Because they know, man, that their time is numbered. And upon failure to get that, they entered the house and took some daughters of clothes into the vessel and decamped. So they just stole some of his clothes. They sold some of Jake's clothes. When all else fails, right? And like, when I read this, I had to pause like I paused now. And I had to think about what's going on today. If I go to the mall tomorrow and just watch people, they're going to be so happy and just not knowing. But that's why the Most High requires a past, man, because he ain't playing around with that. Like, you got to pay for what you did. And there ain't going to be no, well, that was some time ago. No, bro. No. Not after reading stuff like this, man. That's so hard to get if you're so lost in the sauce. I got one more video I'll share. One more video. And I'll end up with this one. Oh no, I got 2 more videos. 2 more videos.
You know what? Let me grab that Deuteronomy real quick. Let me just grab a couple of scriptures before you jump to the next video.
Okay, it's consisting of the same thing. This is the last video on guns. Last video.
So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Right. So when you sit back and think about this, what we just read about this sister, what she had to endure, the wickedness of this country and the seduction of seducing our men into their militaries, the so-called fight for freedom, for your American rights, right? These are the things that they want you to believe in and fall into. So when we look at it nowadays, it's sad because it's like what we're doing as a nation, we're spitting on the graves of our ancestors. We're pissing on the graves of Christ, Moses, Jeremiah, that sister, and all our people who died for a righteous cause. Whether we want to call the belief in the American dream righteous or unrighteous, we know it's unrighteous, but where they were at in their mindset and pure ignorance and without knowing, they died trying to do what they were told to do, the right thing. The white man has made so many treaties and promises, and he always breaks them. They can go fight in that war and not think that those rednecks down south, where they are, was not going to do that, right? I heard the brother Charleston White say, yeah, you niggas up north, y'all ain't like us. Y'all ran and left. Now, we didn't run and leave because a lot of people don't realize that what was going on up north, down south, it was going on up here too. In Chicago and Cleveland, two of the largest cities in the Midwest, two of the most segregated places. Just
hold
like
on,
the
hold
city
on.
Right?
Hold on. Didn't
Yes,
Harriet Tubman come back and get y'all Negroes? And what y'all say? What y'all say? You wanted to stay. I don't play me like that, man. I'll come back down into Mississippi. I'll come right back down into Mississippi. What you talking about?
Got
man?
it.
You know what's funny, man? You know what? No. We ain't gonna do all that. We ain't gonna do all that because that just sounds like the brothers, man. That just sounds like the brothers on Facebook that drop those divisive comments, man. See, y'all gonna have to be accountable for everything that you say. Everything that you say, you're gonna have to be accounted for. So in the spirit, if you know that this thing that you say right now is going to divide the people, that's gonna rile them up, that's gonna get them to fuss and to argue and all these type of things, man, you wrong for that, man. You wrong for that. There's some people that probably stay down there, not because they was docile and weak, just because Harriet Tubman didn't come where they was from. Maybe they was in Louisiana. And maybe they had that thing locked down tight. Maybe she did come by and you said, you know what? I'm better off here in Alabama. I don't want to go to Ohio. I don't even know how to spell Ohio. I don't want to go out there. Are they alligators up there? I'm not trying to go up there. We gonna get caught. They got horses. And you just a woman. You ain't faster than me. We gonna get caught. I'm gonna have to pick your slack. So come on, bro. Come on, bro. Listen, man. Man, I'm about tired of y'all, man, with these little divisive comments because my people dying for less. Talk about some we weren't really in Babylonian captivity. Man, my people still on Deuteronomy 28 and 54. And you talk about Nehemiah. Man, go back a couple books. We still in Deuteronomy, dog.
Right.
We still in Deuteronomy, dog. Don't come to Chicago, dog. I'm tired of y'all, man. I'm really tired of y'all, man. I am, man. So if you want to come with this stuff, listen, man, you know what? Come on, man. Let's get it.
Hey, Slocky, let me jump in. You got to digress for a minute, man. Yeah, go to digress for a second, bro. I already see. Go to bring it down, bro. Let's bring it down, man. So anyway, let me go to the chat real quick, and we're gonna digress for a second. You get a little hot up in there, man. I feel the temperature turning up. I feel the fire burning, and that's appropriate. That's appropriate because a lot of our men and women don't have that. Y'all are too docile, too easy, ready to lay it down. A-Ball and MJG, lay it down, lay it down. You can lay it down, lay it down, lay it down. That's what the problem is. Everybody want to lay it down. It's time to stand up. So anyway, let me catch up with the chat. The sister Amaya says they use everything possible to rid us biological, which is interracial marriage, weapons, chemical, food, etc. But we are still here. Count all praises. And you're right, sister. It is sad. And like the mother Bethia says, oppression surely makes a wise man mad. Wanda says they've always hated us, but want our bodies. That's the truth. That's the truth. Cosmopolitan. The mark of beauty. The Aryan woman being the standard of beauty, but what do they always do to our women? They want to rape them. They want to kidnap them. They want to put you in sex trades. When you marry one of them, they want to put you on OnlyFans and Pornhub and all these other places with secret recorded videos of you and putting all your business out there. Why? Because you're nothing but a sexual object to them. Think about in the what was it? Was it in London or in England when they had the human zoo and they used to have our women standing out there half butt naked with their big butts in there and their breasts for everybody to gawk and look at as a spectacle? Let me see. They still the same. That's right. And you're right, brother K-Lo. Never forget. And they are still raping us. Yes. Regenerated demonic folks. Evil, evil people. That's right, too. I will never forget. Wanda says, one of you brothers claim them right now in the kingdom and pay them back daily. Con. And it says, and performing hysterectomy without amnesia to our women. See, our older people know this. Where is our new generation at? How come they don't know this? Because if you understood the history of hysterectomy, then why are women running up there so fast to get their uterus cut, tied, burned, and clipped? You might as well go ahead and give love to your foremother, Margaret Sanger, and what's my lady name? What's the FBI agent name?
Oh, Gloria
Steiner. The water. Yeah, go ahead and give your white mama, Gloria Steiner, and all of them all the praise for y'all out there aborting y'all wombs and doing hysterectomies, which is something that's unheard of because a natural woman, her body stops producing certain things like periods, the reproduction of eggs slow down slowly. All you got to do is wait out the time that the Most High gave you. But when you go do those things, guess what you're actually doing? You're destroying yourself. You're destroying your body. You're destroying the possibility of the Most Life blessing you at an age like Sarah to bring in an Isaac. How many of y'all don't know that y'all might have murdered an Isaac that could have came out your womb at an old age like Abraham and Sarah? Let me see. Bathia says they had a satire of him in New York, took it down a couple of years ago. The Dr. Slave Owner. That's right. Devil's Punch Bowl. This is what I posted on Habakkuk 1:3. Why dost thou show iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that slacker, and there are that race of strife and contention. Exactly. They show us iniquity, and then we're the ones left with the grievance. But like the brother brought out in Zechariah 11, our oppressors hold themselves not guilty. And they really believe that they're being blessed by the Lord. In all aspects, you got to think about it. The Most High did give them this kingdom. He did give them power of the world, over the earth. Why? Because our negligence. We're the cream of the crop, and now we're at the bottom. We're basement. I will use that scenario. We're basement. You got the third floor, especially for let's go to a project building. Let's go to a 30 foot high, 30 floor project building. We used to be at the top of the building, and now we're under the ground. We're below the basement. We're under the dirt, being buried alive, right? That's the position that we're in. But no, our people don't get that. Let me see what else we got. Man, they've been popping. What did she say? 20 million were killed in the Devil's Punch Bowl to free slaves. It says what? Turning all brothers into Skittles with that homosexuality. Because something that it was interesting that sister said that she bucked them. First thing popped in my mind was like, yo, is she talking about they broke her like a brother? So I'm still wondering, because we gotta remember, English in the 1800s does not mean the same thing now. But that term bucking replied to rape, being sodomized. So when I read that, I was thinking, scratching my head for a minute, like, yo, is this sister saying they sodomized her? Like, really? Like, yo, how wicked, how evil for someone to do that? But come on, let's see. It says they dissected that one system. And you're right. Don't let them touch your womb, sister. And what was this? This is Mikal 250. All my friends that got snipped act a little funny. Yo, guess what?
Expound on that.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Expound on that. Elaborate on that for us, Mikal 250. Go ahead and elaborate. Go ahead and break down what you mean. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. Yeah, we want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see that. That's interesting.
I got a comment for that, or my own thought on that, and I'll break it down to you. And actually, so I'll wait for your reply, Michael 250. If you can do us that favor, Baba Kashab, which in the Hebrew means please. Uh-oh. Right. So I'm coming back to see if that person, if Michael dropped his comment. But I got something. I already know. I got the answer.
Yes, I just want to know. Like I looked at that too, and
Okay,
they act very passive.
Yeah, he says they act very passive. Okay, so here's what happens when you do a hysterectomy, right? So let me go ahead and share something real quick. And this is just a real quick search right here, right? We're on Google. It says this is rapid aging after a hysterectomy. So one of the things that happens is that when women have a hysterectomy, they start aging quicker, right? It says again for people who have had a hysterectomy and ovaries removed, the sudden loss of ovaries will result in a steep drop off in estrogen levels. In addition to physical changes like hot flashes, mood swings, vaginal dryness, low estrogen can have a number of hidden effects, right? So let me see what else we got up in here. It says estrogen, where does it says? Estrogen also, here it is right here, Salakia. It says estrogen, and let me blow my screen up some. It says other complications of estrogen loss. It says estrogen also maintains bone strength, and people with sudden loss of the hormone, low bone density is a risk. This leads to arthritis and osteoporosis. People who have their ovaries removed early in life should be monitored closely for signs of these conditions. It says the loss of estrogen is also connected to the acceleration of tissue loss typically associated with aging. So because you remove your ovaries and had a hysterectomy, you're losing tissue, meaning that your body is now aging faster than it should be. Meaning you're getting old. That's probably why we see a lot of young women out here in their 30s looking like they're 50 and 60. It says, in addition to age-related health issues, a sudden loss of estrogen has been linked to increased risk of heart disease, stroke, depression, anxiety. It says, finally, estrogen plays a role in your appearance. I just spoke on that. The hormones help the elastic fibers of your skin stay buoyant and vibrant. As estrogen declines, the skin may show signs of aging more easily. Here's the other things of low estrogen, symptoms of low estrogen. Difficulty sleeping, hot flashes, night sweating, mood swings, depression, anxiety, irritability, bone density loss, bone fractures, racing heart, urinary incontinence, vaginal dryness, and regular periods or absence of periods, which is called amenorrhea. And I'm going to pull up that word real quick. Decreased sex drive, pain during sex. So let's get the definition of this word amenorrhea, right?
And you know what? When you described all of that, I'm thinking of your spirit and your body being sad and depressed. All those things is like depression and just sadness and spirit in your body just reacting to what the hell going on.
God, I don't want. So amenorrhea is the absence of menstruation, often defined as missing one or more menstrual cycles. Primary amenorrhea, what is it? amenorrhea refers to the absence of menstruation in someone who had not a period, who has not had a period by age 15. The most common causes of primary amenorrhea relate to hormone levels, although anatomical problems can also cause amenorrhea. So anyway, so let's check out some of these other symptoms, right? Depending on the cause of amenorrhea, you might experience other signs or symptoms along with the absence of periods, such as milky nipple discharge, hair loss, talking about them bald head, headache, vision changes, excess facial hair, pelvic pain, acne.
I
So,
see.
so these are the things that this happens, right? Right. So just like you said, kind of soft, right? Now he asked about a vasectomy. I'll deal with the vasectomy. We got to go both ways, so we'll deal with that, right? It says doctors are quick to tell a sister that she needs to need a hysterectomy. Exactly. Population control. If they can't get you to go to Planned Parenthood, guess what? They're gonna trick you and tell you you got some cancer or some buildup or some tumor, and because you're ignorant and you won't go get a second, third, fourth, or fifth opinion, you're gonna go with what Esau tell you, and he's gonna do nip, cut, and tuck. Right? See, this thing went somewhere else, man. This is went somewhere totally else. But that's why we love coming here with y'all on Fridays, and we like to have y'all engaged because we always have something planned. But these classes and these gatherings that we have, which is a holy convocation, as the scripture says on the Shabbat, keep the Shabbat because it's a holy convocation, a holy gathering. And guess what happens when you're gathering? According to the Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. Guess what? The information, the knowledge comes out from the ancient wisdom, the dark sayings, the secrets, and the dark sayings and metaphors and the allegorical and metaphorical things that are locked in the scriptures, which is locked in your DNA. But because you're so brainwashed in all these religions and believing that you're an American and chasing after the American dream, you're being hoodwinked, bamboozled, and you're castrating yourself. So I'm going to get to vasectomy, but let me catch up because they didn't got a little live. Yup, exactly. All they want is money. They will lie and tell you that you need one and you really do not. I've never had one, nor would I give them, would I let them give me nothing. Exactly. Well, dang, so we could look like bald head monkeys. So a lot of women out here, if you had a vasectomy and you bald head and your hair won't grow, blame yourself. You might want to go try to sue your doctor because he didn't give you all these warnings. Right? Let's see. That sounds like steroids. My man, they're liars. They're still liars. That's what I love about these classes. The water. Yeah, I learned something new tonight. Never wanted a hysterectomy, but I am even more confident now. Okay, low. We are being tricked. So let me go ahead and pull up vasectomy. Let's go ahead and be fair, because a lot of our men believe in that they can go have a vasectomy. So they want to have a vasectomy because they don't want to keep making kids and being responsible. So they think by having a vasectomy gives them a free license to go screw and have sex and not be responsible. I just don't get it. Why would you want to go through life shooting blanks, man? Come on, man. What the hell? So let's get. Oh, also I still got you in mind. Sister Juana, I got you, Sister Dewana. I got your information. Give me a second. I still got that. All right, I got you. So now let's go ahead and deal with the vasectomy since it was requested, right? So let's deal with it. It says vasectomy. Side effects right after surgery include bleeding or blood clot, hermatoma inside the scrotum. Oh, we got to find out what hermatoma is before we move on. Let's go. Let's get this hermatoma. Let's get it.
I don't know if they want to know what that is. Hold on.
I don't know, man. You know, they got a short attention span, right? It says, what is hematoma? Hematoma is a collection or pooling of blood outside the blood vessels. Hematomas are classified as subdural, spinal, subungual under the fine. What? That's not telling me none. What is that telling me?
Pooling of blood.
Okay, it says either. Let me see. I'm trying to open it up.
Like
it says
that.
your hematoma. Oh man, look at that. So wait a minute. So when you get a vasectomy, you get hematoma. This is the same thing that they're saying that happens in your scrotum. It says hematoma is a bad bruise. It happens with an injury, causes blood to collect and pool under the skin. The pooling blood gives the skin a spongy, rubbery, lumpy feel. Hematoma usually is not a cause for concern. It is not the same as a blood clot vein. Okay, so I just wanted to get a little bit on that, but I ain't trusting that, right? Because it says right here, it's inside your scrotum. It's blood in your semen, bruising your scrotum, right? So let me go ahead and So it says here's the risk. A potential risk with vasectomy is that you might later change your mind about wanting to father a child. Although it might be possible to reverse your vasectomy, there's no guarantee it will work. Reversal surgery is more complicated than vasectomy, can be expensive and ineffective in some cases. All right. So here's some of the side effects right after the surgery. Right. You got bleeding or blood inside the scrotum, blood in your semen, bruising of your scrotum, infection at the surgery site, mild pain or swelling. Right. This delayed complications can be included to chronic pain, which can happen for 1 or 2 people, 1 or 2% of who have surgery. Fluid buildup in the testicles, which can cause a dull ache that gets worse with ejaculation. So you can have a fluid buildup in your testicles, and then when you go to release, you'll get a pain in ejaculation. Inflammation caused by leaking sperm. Pregnancy, even if venture vasectomy fails, which is rare, you can also get an abnormal cyst, which is called spermatocyte, that develops in the small coiled tube located on the upper testicle that collects and transports sperm, your epididymis. A fluid sac, hydrocele, surrounding a testicle that causes swelling in the scrotum. But here's the other thing. It says it affects your sexual performance, right? Permanently damage your sexual organs. There's very little risk that your testicles, penis, or other parts of your reproductive system will be injured during surgery. In extremely rare cases, injury to blood supply can lead to the loss of a testicle. You're gonna be playing around with one in the pocket, and that is unlikely to happen if your surgeon is skilled. So that means you got to have a skilled surgeon. Okay, so it's still a risk. It says increased certain risk of certain cancers, although there have been some concerns about a possible link between vasectomy and testicular or prostate cancer in the past. There's no proven link. I don't believe that, man. It also says it increases your risk of heart disease. It causes severe pain. But the main thing I want you to understand is that the same thing that way that our women losing estrogen, you're losing. Hold on. There it is. Boom. You're losing testosterone. It says right here, but it doesn't. But it does affect your testosterone. Because guess what? Let me tell you how. If it didn't affect your testosterone, check it out. If it didn't affect your testosterone, why do they have all these men clinics for testosterone treatment? What is testosterone? That's your vitality. That's your fountain of youth. As we increase in age, so let me explain to you as a man what testosterone is like. It's like testosterone is like getting up in your car in the morning and having a full tank of gas. Being on a full tank of gas and can go as fast as hell, get to any distance wherever you want to go, right? But when you have low testosterone, it's like jumping in your car and your car is on empty, it's already on E, and you're trying to drive 30 miles, and to the point of where after maybe 5 miles, your car is puttering and you're running on fumes. That's what happens when you're dealing with low testosterone, or they're talking about low T. It affects erections, it affects your sexual performances, it makes you age quicker, right? So this is information that our men need to think about because they're telling us that it's not. But guess what? All your testosterone is tied into your scrotum area. This is why it's not cool for men to be masturbating and spilling their seed. Because when you masturbate and spill your seed, you're way more drained than you would if you were laying with a woman. That's scientifically proven. I've done some research on it, and I'm just telling you what it is. So when you start dealing with that low testosterone, your man ain't gonna get right. If your man ain't gonna get right, how you gonna keep your woman right? Especially if you're a man in the world. If you can't please your woman because your man ain't acting right, she gonna do a Destiny's Child, or she's gonna do a Kardashian on Kim Kardashian on you, or one of the Real Wives of Atlanta or Houston or whatever them crackpot TV shows is, right? So let me see. It says, and now they want to give women hormones treatment, but your older mothers did not take anything. Exactly. Let's think about it. Back then, we couldn't afford vasectomies and hysterectomies unless they forced them on us. But previous to that, we didn't need that. It says they want that water gun effect.
Let me get that joint right here.
I'm going down.
Exomi.
Yeah, I'm coming. Okay, it says when I look at, I'm coming there. When I look back on my grandparents, they never took anything. I'm gonna pull that one up last, right? It says type across the screen for educational purposes only. That's right. Let me put it up here again. Whoops. Let me just put it out. Put our disclaimer out here again. Fair use disclaimer, Copyright Disclaimer Act. Disclaimer under Section 107 Copyright Acts of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as comments, news reporting, teaching, education, scholarship, and research. So I'm going to get back to these comments. I know the one you want. Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right, mother. Wow. Lori Harvey on him. Ooh, I'm a little slow on Lori Harvey. You mean Lorraine Bobbitt, the one who castrated her husband? Lorraine Bobbitt, who went to prison for cutting a man's thing out and tossing it out the window and all of that. Is that who you talking about?
Oh man, she is a fornicator.
Okay, so
listen. Okay, I'm Genesis 50 and 20, but you're gonna come into a class while we teaching biology, and you're gonna talk about math. I don't understand. Like, get on the topic.
I got it. Slack it. Hey, so whoever that is, you see the email down below? It says send all questions to AOCHouston@gmail. So copy that email address, type your question in the email and the subject line and any other questions you got. And tomorrow on Saturday tomorrow between 12 and 1, when we hold our Saturday Shabbat classes for Q&A, question and answer, we take on all questions and all answers. So we do all things decently and orderly. So do me a favor, brother, send your email down to AOCHouston@gmail below. That's how we do things over here. That's just the order that General Shah and all the chief priests set up. And we do answer questions, but we're in a whole nother zone right now. That's totally off topic. Why did Samson marry a Philistine woman? It's pretty obvious in the scriptures why he did that.
Man, I was gonna get it. Though.
No, it's cool. Now, because I want to stay on topic.
Exactly. Come on, man.
I'll tell you this. You would have to ask yourself that question: why did Moses marry an Egyptian? You would have to ask yourself about different David having heathen wives.
And hold on. The real question is, what does your behind have to do with it? You got to stand up to the Most High by yourself, not with Samson. What does this have to do with your salvation? What is going on with y'all people, man? You're going to be by yourself, man. Okay? You're going to be judged with that book in front of you, man. You understand me? You're gonna be by yourself. Ain't no one gonna be there. There ain't gonna be no yes men there. It's gonna be you and what the hell you did and what the hell you said. And ain't gonna you ain't gonna run to Samson. You ain't gonna run to Paul. You ain't gonna run to no damn body. You gonna have to look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this, and it's cool, man. It's cool. That person, this first time I ever seen him here. I don't know if it's one of the brothers or sister or he's, and I'm not sure. It don't matter. But we welcome everybody to come in here. We welcome everybody to tune in. Friday night classes, we come with different topics. We try to go a little bit into the history. We try to go into deeper topics. We don't just want to sit back and just talk about scriptures all day, even though we bring a lot of scriptures. But at the same time, we like to actually vibe with our people in the chat. We like to get the audience involved. So I thank you for bringing your question, brother, but there's an order. Please send all questions to alchouston@gmail. It's not your fault you didn't know. That's why I put it up there as soon as I saw the question. So, Shabbat, no harm, no foul. You ain't did nothing wrong, but understand this. Knowing about who Samson gave his rod to and how many heathen women he did to, that's not a salvation topic, bro.
Listen, man. This ain't Facebook, man. This platform here is YouTube.
Right.
Okay. And we ain't
Samson,
just dropping
and
questions and just doing
check it out. Samson was a righteous man and a ruler and a judge in Israel. So at that time, he was sitting almost in the seat of a king. So, that's just part of it right there. That's something to think about, right?
Shalom, Zion. Shalom, brother.
Hey, Shalom, Sergeant Zion, one of my most beloved brothers in all of Israel, all of LC, and I'll be up in Cleveland either the end of July, sometime by mid-August, man. We're going to tear the highways and byways up.
And I'm getting my license back. I'm going to be driving. I'm going to be hitting these streets. We're going to do it. We're going to go to Euclid. We're going to be all up in there. What are you talking about? Let's get it.
Man, back downtown Cleveland, Ohio, by the train station. Yo, we're going to turn over that foundation, man. Get that pipeline between Chicago and Cleveland going back and forth again. So we'll be seeing you brothers real soon. And, man, the water's the water out of one. We love you, Zion.
Love you.
Yeah, that's one of my brothers, man. If you knew that brother's story and his history, man, that brother got a hell of a story to tell, man. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom. Man, one of my favorite brothers, man. I wouldn't trade him for $1 million, man. Not at all. Not even 5 million, man. His wisdom and his brotherhood and his friendship is worth beyond any rubies out there. Come. Judah Auto Sales. I'm coming. Where's Judah Auto Sales? Yo, is that you, Amir? Is that my
cousin? Hold on.
Is that my cousin Amir, man, from UKYC at Judah Auto Sales? That's got to be Amir, man, out of from UKYC. Man, likewise, Zion, likewise, Zion. Judah Auto Sales, man, please identify yourself. But anyway, just back on that topic, right? Again, we're talking about low estrogen. I'm sorry, brother. I thought you was my cousin, but Shabbat to you. Thank you for speaking up. Hey, if you coming, we're gonna see you too, man. And also, real quick, just to throw it out there, if anybody's interested and potentially seeing if the ambassadors of Christ, the Alpha Omega clan, Zealous and Black is a good fit for you as a family. But we're not a camp, we're a family over here. We're a body of believers. Same mind, same body, same spirit. So we're not a camp, we're a family. You know what I'm saying? So if you have any interest in potentially joining the organization or the body or the family, then what you got to do, send that email below. Send our questions to AOCHouston@gmail. Put your name, your city and state where you're located, your phone number, how you can be reached, the best next time you can be reached. And if you're interested, we'll follow up with you. We'll take you through the process. And the reason why I'm saying that because we're getting ready to, as you see right there, Alpha Omega University will be coming soon for new prospects looking to join the body of AOC. Send your email and information to AOC Houston Gmail if interested, right? So what AOC, and we're changing the topic right now, what AOC University is pretty much almost like a 6-month course of where we go deep and dark into the scriptures. We break down the milk. We find out where our brothers are as far as their learning. and we understand some brothers are coming into this truth. So it's not a thing about passing and failing. It's for us to know where you are in your knowledge, and then for us to curtail our curriculum to bring you up to speed. There's a lot of good information that come out. The brother Al-Sabbath Shai is an excellent teacher. I went through the ALC University. The brother Barak went through the ALC University. The brother was pulling some top-notch grades. And I would just say, yo, if you're interested, then you ready to put on them black boots and they're all black and be zooted and booted and ready to rock with the Zealous and AOC, Zealous and black, then it's time to put your brick in to show forth. And if you're interested, let us know.
Got it.
Okay, so let me see. You got Khan family. No, I'm gonna get to your email, Sister Wana, your email, because I'm gonna remember I said I was only gonna give y'all 10 minutes, man. I was trying to get up out of here in an hour and a half, do a class like an hour and 15, like Zion out of that. It don't never work.
We don't be doing that. We don't be doing it. I was like, man, we on a minute and 20. We on an hour and 23.
Y'all, I'm looking at it. This going on 11:30 my time, and I was trying to be up out of here by 10, man. But it is what it is. So again, pretty much that's what it is. Khan family, I do got you, sister Dewana, hallelujah, and Amaya. I did, but not sure the process. Okay. No, and the university is only for the brothers, unfortunately. So the good thing about it is, if you got a Lord at home and he's in a congregation or trying to join the body, then you can tune in and listen too. There's some things we got in the works for the sisters. We used to have a Sisters of AOC class in the beginning that carried over from our merger with something that we were doing at the, when we merged into one body, one camp merging with AOC, coming up under the leadership of the elders, and total submission and humility, but, likewise being brothers, and men not despising our youth or nothing like that. And because if it was anything like that, you wouldn't see Zion teaching the class, Zion and Sergeant Zion and Nawad of Cleveland and Michigan teaching the Wednesday classes, seeing me and Barack on the Friday classes, and the brother Abiyashaya running the Q&A on Saturday, and AOC University. So we are all brothers that are not from New York, and didn't come up in the New York environment, did not go through everything everybody else went through in New York. But here we've been, the Most High has given us an opportunity with this body. We've earned these brothers' trust. We're fellow brothers. It's a fellowship. And our brothers trust, our elders trust us to put this information out. And I know General Rashad probably in the background in one of his other many accounts sent back watching. But that's the interesting thing about it is, man, there's no hindering and holding nobody back, right? So let's see. I knew, but I wanted you to say, Con. So pretty much it is for the men. There's something for the works coming up with the women. I won't lie. Past experiences, it can be brutal with them sisters. A lot of emotions, a lot of estrogen, worldly women versus women trying to be righteous. A lot of gossip, a lot of, it just being a little messy sometimes. So, we're trying to figure that out. We got the sister Dewana, we got Mother Bathia. And those two sisters right there, which were sisters in shape, but my wife ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? These are some mature women. And what we don't have time is a time for what we call, what's the word I want to use? Excuse my broken Hebrew. We ain't got no time for no fuckery. Real talk. We ain't got no time for no BS and no fuckery. So if you're not sincere about being a part of this process or being a part of this family, then don't waste your time, because we might not be the best fit for you. AOC is a small camp, and we're a real hard camp to penetrate. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of work to get into the inner circle or to be within the trusted Adawanyum of the family. So it's a lot of laboring and it's a lot of proving yourself. Like the Bible says, prove a friend. Be hasty to credit someone, right? So we got to prove all things, right? So what's the process for women? Sister Amaya, it's different for the women. What you have to do is, let me just see, where you from? Let me just go back in the chat again. Let me see if you say where you're from. Or if you can drop your location again. I know one sister said, I know Cleveland. I know North Carolina. We don't have a camp in North Carolina, but we got a sister in the camp.
Did she say Maryland or Baltimore?
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know.
trying to go back. Okay,
I don't
she
know.
just dropped it. Let's see. Nope, she didn't drop it. I'm trying to see what it's. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember where the sister says she's from. My eyes go cross sometimes looking at these chats.
It's got to be Baltimore.
If you blink, you'll have 15 of them and won't even know. Yep, Sarah Bartman. And also, sister, you was talking about, Sister DeWanda, you was talking about Lori Harvey. Was that Steve Harvey's wife? I'm a little.
No, that's his promiscuous stepdaughter that's setting a bad example for our sisters.
Right. So she's also, so she's another one like Lawrence Fishburne's daughter, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I had a Facebook post too. All right. So the women are saying that Lori Harvey, she's 25, she's too young to get married. Well, I one up that. I pulled out Sydney McLaughlin, who's the best 400 hurdler ever at 19, and she's married to a 26-year-old man.
California.
So come on, man. You want to celebrate, and our media wants to celebrate evil women and overshadow the good women. So that's what it really is. We like negativity. We like dysfunction as a people.
Right.
And that goes for the men too. That goes for the men too. There's no more conscious rap. And like that, if you talk like that, you rap like that, you're weird. You sus, all that type of stuff, right? So it's just we like dysfunction.
Right. And trust me, I'm not trying to bash our women because let me tell you something. It's a lot of effeminate men that came across our way. We didn't see jealousy and envy. Brothers want to buck for slots and want to be in position, but don't want to do the work. Always want to be in the camera, always talking about themselves, about what they're doing, while the rest of us looking at each other like that nigga ain't did nothing that he talking about. Jealousy, hatred, and envy. So it's not just a one-sided thing. It's just the curses that is on our people on both sides. Our women deal with certain things. Our men deal with certain things that are different. Then we deal with the same things, and all of that stuff. You get too many of the wrong spirits together, they're going to latch onto you. They're going to join each other. You're going to be battling a legion.
So what did the scripture say? A little leaven ruineth the whole lump. So
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
God. So Sister Amaya, so I don't forget you. I wanted to say California, but I was thinking of Seattle as well. So by the time you dropped it, I found it. Now, as far as the process for women, I'll tell you this. We do have a sister group that I lit the mothers of AOC kind of run, Sister Adiyar, Mother Miriam, and Mother Bathaya. And now we got the powerful Sister Dewana up in there. So if you're interested, I'm not sure if you're Facebook friends with me or any of the sisters, or if you can get your information over to the Sister Wanda or to the Sister Beverly Pleasure, aka Mother Bathaya, and get your information over to them. I'll have those women I'll get in contact with those women. We'll go through a process. They'll build with you to get a better feel for you and all of that. And once I get some type of feedback from them and all of that, and them seeing where your spirit is at, then we can go ahead and add you to the Mothers of AOC group, where there's we got 3 of the mothers, Mathia, Adara, and Mother Miriam, kind of leading the sisters and teaching them. But pretty much it's just more or less a room for women that pray together. They get together a couple of times to pray, send out prayers together. They share scriptures up in there. And then another process of being a part of the camp is your participation and consistency with being in the class. So I remember I made a mistake and called you a man or thought you was a brother maybe a few weeks ago. So I figured that out a long time ago. Hey, I'm not an Ak. I'm an Akwath. I'm not a bro. I'm not your bro. I'm your sister. So I won't get that wrong anymore. I remember. So for the most part, that's the easiest thing. Just be on the classes. We'll get familiar with you. And then after the 3 or 4 sisters continue building with you, because obviously they seem to like you. So once they get to know you and build with you, we'll go through the process. We'll get you on the phone, maybe myself, maybe another one of the officers out of Zion, or even out of Cleveland. So actually, you don't necessarily have to create a Facebook account. You could actually create a Messenger account.
Yeah, Messenger. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if you don't mess with Facebook, that's understanding. But to be a part of the Messenger group, you would have to have a Facebook account. It don't hurt to have a Facebook. I mean, you would have to have a Messenger account, and we would need to see who you are. to make sure that you're not Esau. You ain't Esau, right? You ain't doing one of these, right? Hold on. Hold on. Hey, and I'm gonna get over to what Sister Dewana sent me as well, right? Hold on. And I'm only joking because I know you Israel, sister, but I'm just kidding. I kid, right? Let me share my screen real quick.
Shalom, Mikhail. Thanks for watching, man. We definitely appreciate you, brother, man. The water for your participation, man.
God, hey, look, man, love to see brothers and sisters, man, come on in and be a part of the flock. So this is what I'm saying, right? I'm only kidding. This is something that Sister Dewana sent me. This is from a brother named Yakin Ben Yehuda.
Oh God.
Yeah. 1 Kings 8:41 through 43. We're gonna deal with this on one of our classes coming up. So y'all keep this in y'all record and remember this because we're gonna deal with this. Because this sounds like some good mean milk Mondays type of things, right? So it says 1 Kings 8:41 through 43. Also concerning the foreigner who is not of your people Israel, when he comes from a far country for your name's sake, for they will hear your great name and your mighty hand and of your outstretched, talk about the Most High, right? So in this image, here's two Edomites. This makes the Lord's happy regardless, y'all say. I love to see it. So you got a white man over here with some fringes and a ribbon. I don't even see a ribbon of blue. And then his wife, let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay, this is the way to make it bigger. Okay, that's as big as it's gonna get. So this guy's got on like gray fringes with a manure shirt on, with no ribbon of blue that I can see. And then his wife got a head wrap. No, she don't. I'm looking at her. Wow. I thought that was a head wrap. Wow. So she's got on a dress. She's got a dress on with a belt wrapped around it. Look like bell fringes. And what? Those are her. Wow. Dude, do you see the ears sticking up in there? Out of the hair? No, man, she look like an elf, man.
She look like a damn hobbit.
Exactly. You look like a hobbit. I just realized that.
I can't.
So the sister Dewana sent that to me. That's something we'll be dealing with. True enough, yeah. The Most High said that all the nations, eventually they will, bow down and serve our feet and come up to keep the feast of Pentecost and all of that. But that scripture right there is not that's not necessarily talking about that particular stranger, but that's a whole other conversation, right? Oh no, whoa, look at that. My baby sister in the room. SHABBAT Jennifer. That's my little sister. That's what's up. Tuning in from Racine. That's what's happening. Shalom, baby sis.
Shalom.
Shalom. Trying to cleave. Khan, no other one. Straight Judah. Khan. I was just kidding, sister. I was only playing. I ain't mean no harm, man. And it says I miss sending Mala'ak the means for Milk Mondays. Yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that. And she does look like a pilgrim in fringes.
So like she Amish.
No. I got you. I know what you're talking about, Sister Wanda. I got you. So let me go ahead and take care of my sister, man, before she start getting violent on me. All right. So anyway, let me go to my screen share. Right. She sent me something. And let me go ahead and address that. Right.
I'll be right back up.
Okay. Let me see something. So this is what the sister write. So one of the things that we always tell people to, you always got to pay attention for the overplay, for the underplay, right? And what I mean, let me stop my screen is right. In a lot of situations in the world, right, you got the overplay for the underplay, right? There's always a overall looking picture, meaning that everything's going to look like this right from the top. And then you got the underplay, right? So pretty much what the overplay for the underplay is like one thing appears one way, but it really is another way. Because or you're too blind to see or pay attention because your mind is not moving fast enough to process certain information, right? So let me go back to my screen share. And I see you, baby, since you've been sitting here listening. That's what's up. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. So I do have the email up. So here's what the sister sent me, right? She asked me to share my thoughts on this, right? And I wanted to say this for last because I knew she was not going to let me get away with it. So I definitely purposely held this for the end. I guess she don't remember. Told her I was going to deal with it at the end. So pretty much, this is what the sister asked me. She's like, she asked me, what are my thoughts, right? So this is something right here, right? David Hogg. This is on only on. Can you guys see that? Oh, yeah. Can y'all see that? Okay. So it says so-called student, but actually a crisis actor. David Hogg was on camera months ago pretending to be a high school student in California. Now suddenly he is a high school student in Florida, right? California, August 2017. This is Parkland after the Parkland, Florida mass shooting. Florida, February 18th. Florida school massacre. Trump tweet anger school massacre survivors. David Hogg, Florida shooting survivor. Wait a minute. This guy was around the shooting that took place in California.
Listen, hold on. This is what I was saying though with the other dude, and this is the same thing with Sandy Hook from when Obama was in office. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's fake, but it's all for the same thing. So no matter what, it's all for the same thing.
Right, and remember I was telling y'all, excuse me, Salakia, when we pulled up that image about those 2,000 cows, remember I said I don't know if those images are real, but this is what they're reporting, right? So one of the things I always tell my brothers and sisters is when you start to see certain things, take some time, step back, digress, take a couple of deep breaths, and then go back into something and do your research, right? So here this guy is in California, August 2017 for a mass shooting, right? Here he is in 2008, in February 2018. How many months ago? September, October, November, December, January, February. Wow. 6 months later, he's in another mass shooting down in Florida. He's a high school student. David Hogg, Florida shooting survivor. So I can't, the way that this is set up, it's not going to let me see if I can download it. Maybe
so his father's in the FBI.
Yeah, I'm trying to download it. Okay, let me just download it real quick, save. Boom. All right, maybe that'll look better.
But they think y'all stupid, though. That's really what it is. They think y'all stupid. They set up all these distractions. They got the Amber Heard. They got the celebrities playing a part. And it's funny because ABC, what's on ABC and NBC and all them? It's the Grammys. And then they have the presidents on there debating. So they all are a part of the same company almost. They all go on those same type of cameras. So my thing is, you have a blank check and the best camera in the world. What would you do with that thing? What would you do with that thing? What type of people would you pay to promote and to push what you want to be seen? Especially if you're going off of Job 9 and 24. Man, oh man.
Right. So check it out. This is the last part I'm going to read on that. It says expose school shooting survivors turned activist David Hogg's father in the FBI, and something's going on appealing to have been coached on anti-Trump something. I can't see the rest of it, but pretty much the sister asked me what my thoughts were about that. Yes, we are aware that there are devils out here. We also understand that there are crisis actors out here. I forgot there was like quite a few people that were being exposed during COVID. The Sandy, yep, there was a guy from the Sandy Hook shootings that appeared in multiple different places. Yep. So, there are crisis actors. We are aware of that. And that's the thing that you got to understand, family. Sometimes they do a lot of stuff. Yep, and she's right. Especially Sandy Hook, the blonde female. Yep, exactly. I remember it was somebody from down in Sandy Hook, and she appeared in like 5 other mass shootings. She might have even been at the scene of 9/11, as far as I know. So understand that cameras in ancient times was considered witchcraft because it was used. A lot of people used to believe that if you took a picture, you was freezing someone's soul or their spirit, right? And a lot of people believe that it was demonic and it was witchcraft and sorcery, right? So I want you to understand that with that old school thought process of it being demonic and sorcery, understand this: the art of manipulation. I give you an example, right? And we're gonna cut out on this. You know what? Hey, you know what? Let's say the video for next week. Cause we almost at 3 hours, Barack. That's cool.
Oh yeah, come on. We could just do. I already bookmarked that one and the
Okay,
little
cool.
monkeypox video
Yeah,
too. And then we'll do that. We'll do that the first thing. No scripture, just play it, repeat it, and
Okay,
then
got
that's it.
So
That's
here's
it.
the thing. Well, I almost lost my train of thought. I did lose my train of thought. Give me a second.
We was on.
We're talking about crisis actors. We're
Crisis
talking
actors.
about look, the blonde woman. Talked about the witchcraft and the cameras, right?
Yeah, witchcraft and the
yeah,
cameras.
I remember DJ Academics, right? Let me show you how wicked the earth is, right? DJ Academics is getting his head beat in right now, all on social media over something he said, right? Because there's a recording, there was a video of something that he did, like DJ Academics is like 31 now, right? So when he was like 20 years old, a young man, he made a statement that, hey, when his age coming up, there was no difference between those 17 and a 20-year-old, a 21-year-old. He says that his time growing up, that there was no difference between a 17-year-old and a person like that, because at some times, I'm just gonna make the statement. He said that there was no difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old, right? And he said back in the day, if they were in college or a senior high school, that they're illegal, right? So this is what the brother said. So right now it's circulating. Somebody took and snipped that conversation and gave you a soundbite of what he said from 10 years ago, as if he just actually said that at the age of 30. So basically, this brother is getting slandered and slaughtered, being called all type of pedophiles, child molester, and things like that. But in the grand scheme of things, let's be real. How we know plenty of high school senior girls, and I'm not saying anybody should be dealing with a 17-year-old. I'm not saying that at all. If you're a grown ass man and I catch you around my 17-year-old, or my granddaughter's in there around that age, and you too old, brother, you're gonna get that business. You know what I'm saying? So I don't play around when it comes to mine. But let's just think about it. This man said something when he was like 20, 21 years old in college. Just a conversation, right? So now he's being castrated for something he said 10 years ago, as if he just said it now. Why is that being done? Why are we dealing with all this whack 100 and all this drama on social media? Clubhouse has turned into the dirty section of media applications where you can communicate. Clubhouse has turned to the dirty section. All that stuff is a distraction.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
So when I don't even really know who Whack 100 was, but when he was popping up all on my timeline, I was like, that's just to promote more Jake on Jake violence, more black on black violence. Because it comes up in a time where you got Dirk and the Young Thug thing and all these things. I'm like, who is this man Whack 100? And the content creators are just like the so-called blogs of yesterday when it was all just words. Now it's all videos. So they
Shock
just
radio.
take it. Yes, shock value radio. And that's all it is. And my thing about this, with the Deshaun Watson thing, and because I'm an ex-football player, okay, why is it that we're acting like women? And I don't like this is follow me. This is not the 1950s no more. Okay, you have finesse culture out here. The man got paid $230 million. Okay, so why are people, so-called white people, going along with these women that the 24th allegation, the 25th, man, let me get 100 people to tell your parents, to tell your friends that you touched them the wrong way. Let me get 10 people to tell somebody else let me get 10 people to tell the police that you robbed that store. No, you did. Allegedly, you did. What do you think that police officer gonna do? He probably gonna get riled up and go over there and question your ass. So that's what I'm saying. Like it comes to the point where our men are even more at danger because you could just say a lie, right? It says lie not to one another and don't bear false witness. That's the new trend, is bearing false witness on people, man.
Yep.
And that's a sin. And I think that's bogus that Stephen A. Smith himself is going up there with that little white chick that dated. And thank you, brother, for divorcing her. That Molly Querum, whatever your name is with the good hair, the good hairline. You and your bodysuit got good hairlines. Look at mine, man. Come on. What was his name? What's his name? Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose, yeah. 5'5".
Good hairline. Good brother. God dang. I need that. But that's what I'm saying, though, man. It's like they want to accuse us, man. And they want to falsely accuse us of things that may or may not be true.
Right.
You know? And that's just the thing, man, about being in America, man. Like I said, man, we're not going to be prosperous. Even though Deshaun got that $230 million, he's not prosperous, though. In a way, he's still rich and everything, but his character is not rich anymore.
Right. It's better to have a good name, man. So let me go ahead and read that. Hey, let me go ahead and read this. Ecclesiastes 4:1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, they had no comforter, and on Salakia, and on the side of their oppressors there was power, but they had no comforter. So all the power is in the hands of our oppressor, and we're the ones beholden, left with tears, and forever oppressed, and got no comfort. America's not our rest, brothers and sisters. You're never gonna find rest here. The only way you're gonna find rest here in America if you join the American system. And the problem is we were born into it, and for at least 2/3 of y'all,
Bring it up.
y'all gonna die.
Bring it up.
By the hands of Christ, the 144,000, and the 3 million or some angels that are going to ride down with Christ on them chariots that the world call UFOs. Those of us that are awake, we know what them things are. Unidentified flying objects. We identify those flying objects as the chariots of the Most High. And it is high time to wake up out of sleep, brothers and sisters. Because in Deuteronomy 30:17, the Most High said that in that time, he's going to turn all those curses that he put upon us and put them back on our enemy. What curses did we go through? Slavery, captivity, oppression, blah, 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 all of the above.
Good.
They're going to go through the same thing, but we're not going to do the wickedness that they were doing. Because everything is done decently in order through Christ and the Most High, right?
Hey, this is my thing. Oh no, go ahead.
Second Thessalonians 1:6. It is righteous for the Lord to recompense.
Okay.
It is a righteous thing for the Lord to recompense. 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Ezekiel 36:5. Talking about the residue of the heathen. The residue of the heathen, straight up. Give me grab Jeremiah 51:33. And I'm going to grab Sirach 39:28 real quick. And then I'm going to let you go ahead and close out whatever you got, bro. Because we already crossed 3 hours. It was only supposed to be 10 minutes. Then I dropped it down to be nice to 7. And y'all done got 3 hours and 4 minutes and some seconds.
We said it was gonna be 1 hour and 30. And I thought we was gonna do that. But you know what? These Fridays be having an extra boom. Boom to them.
Sirach 39.
And they said what for me? Jeremiah 30.
Jeremiah 51:33.
51-33. Man, I'm dyslexic.
Is this the right one? Nope, I'm in the wrong one. Let me get this. That's what I need. The rock.
51-33.
Rock 39. And I think I said, what is that, 28 or 38? I'll see in a second. Let's see. Con, whenever you're ready.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 33. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor.
Woo! Read that again, King.
For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her, yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come.
So, according to the power of Israel, Abanawa Yahweh by Shem, Mashak Yahweh Shai, the daughter of Babylon, is like a threshing floor. What's a threshing floor, family? Do y'all know what a threshing floor is? Let's find out.
And I really don't know. This is a great precept, by the way.
What is a threshing floor? This is what a threshing floor looks like. This is where stuff you see this? A threshing floor is where stuff gets stumped and trampled upon by what? Animals, chariots, by people. You're being thrust through with the sword. Their dead bodies are going to lay in pits like this. A threshing floor that's going to be filled with blood to the rim. Right? Anything else on that? Nope, I'm on my wrong page. You see?
That's a stone cold, just the truth.
Do me a favor. Drop that, read 35 and 36.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 35. The violence done. Read, brother.
Read.
The violence done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon, shall the inhabitants of Zion say, and my blood upon the inhabitants of Chaldea, shall Jerusalem say.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore thus saith the Most High, behold, I will plead thy cause, and take vengeance for thee, and I will dry up her sea, and make her springs dry.
God. So pretty much, that is the violence that Babylon or America and these nations have done unto the inhabitants of Zion, which is the children of Israel. And our blood is upon the inhabitants of Chaldea, the Chaldeans. Therefore says the Lord, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee. Vengeance for thee. Now we're going to jump over here, right? This is Sirach 39, and we're going to start at 27, and it reads, all these things are good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned to evil. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. So these spirits that are created for vengeance, that with fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Who made them and sent them? Yahweh, the Most High. Verse 29. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these things were created for vengeance. So we're seeing the fire, we're seeing the death and the famine. Guess what? This is the slow period of easing into the time of vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. You got anything out of Juan?
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna close
right,
out. I'm gonna close out with this, man. I'm gonna close out with this.
Go ahead, King. You got a scripture?
Yeah.
Tell me where you at.
I'm in Luke 22. I think I'm gonna get 45. We're gonna close out. We're gonna close out with the Amasha.
Okay, Luke 22 and 45. Count out of one count.
Yeah,
John,
we're gonna do
when you're
20. We're gonna do 22 and 46.
Okay.
This
You
what
know
I
what?
want.
You know what? Let's start up at 43 because I like where you was actually at, and then we can go down. Tell me where you want me to stop at.
46.
Okay, Luke 22 and 43. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And while being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground. And when he rose up from prayer and come up to his disciples, he found them sleeping for sorrow. Verse 46, and said unto them, why sleep ye? Rise and pray, lest ye enter into temptation.
So my thing is, and there's other precepts to this, but family, you want to wake up protected. So when you wake up tomorrow for this Shabbat, when you want to start off your day righteously, rise up and you pray to the Most High. Don't, I know that a lot of us aren't consistent with it, but prayer is important. Defend off those spirits. You don't want to act like Lori Harvey, then rise up and pray. Unless you enter into those temptations that she's entering into. I don't want to be like Little Dirk and all them boys. So I'm going to rise up and I'm going to pray. I don't want to be a drug addict. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get another DUI. So I'm going to rise up and I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray my behind off. You understand me? And that's an order. So we gotta put it all together now. Don't be hearers of it, be doers of it. And when you believe and then you have faith in these things that ain't seen, right? When you pray, that's comfort. You sent up that prayer to the Most High, you believed in it, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be set in motion. So when you wake up tomorrow and you enjoy that beautiful Shabbat, wherever you are, rise up and pray to the Most High God. Yahweh,
Right.
our power. That's ours. It ain't nobody else's. That's our bouquet of lilies.
That's right.
That's our sweet frankincense. That's our milk and honey. Ain't nobody got that but us. So you rise up and pray like that's you. You rise up and pray. And that's all I got, Israel. That's
right,
all I got, Israel.
James 5 and 16. Confess your faults to one another, pray for one another, that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man or woman availeth much. And some of us on here who've been through a lot of stuff that prayer has gotten us through. We've been through a lot of things that we've gotten through where we didn't even pray, but somebody else prayed for us and they got us through. Or Yahweh Shai intervened for us. Some of us have sick children that we were told our children wouldn't make it. But guess what? The Most High showed his power. That child lives here, beautiful and surviving. Some of us have no parents, and we've had to make it through this life through darkness. And it's like the sister Wana said, as General Shah says, dogmatic or pragmatic. Which one are you? Are you dogmatic or are you pragmatic? Which one are you?
Oh, you know what? The general also says, as the scriptures say, and maybe, this is just me being naive in the truth and unlearned. And these are great men, man. Great men. I was very humbled by these men when I was out there for first fruits. But whether you open your palms to the ceiling to receive or whether you open them to the sky to praise the Most High, close it and seal the prayer. Give it 12 seconds for the 12 tribes of Israel for good measure. And then you're done.
Palms up to the east, close it, 12 seconds for the 12 tribes, or the 12 sons. And on that note, let me just check the chat real quick. And again, let me just give a few shout outs to everybody that tuned in, like we always do. Want to give a shout out to the sister Dewana, who's always here, the sister Amaya, Mother Bathaya, the brother Sergeant Zion who tuned in with us today, the brother Tashaka O'Kelly who checked in, Eloah who checked in. Shabbat everyone. Let me see who else am I missing. Chris Barnica, brother used to be with us. Shaka, I said him. Who else am I missing? T. Williams. To my special guest, my baby sister Jennifer. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody over at ALC New York, ALC Chicago, Cleveland, and Houston that's tuning in. And just want to make the brother Kalo, who's been tuning in, say he will never forget. And making sure I'm not missing anyone because my eyes are getting tired and heavy. Yeah, Michael 250. That's right, Michael 250. And also the brother sister, and I'm trying to find them. The one that I told him to send an email over to LC Houston at Gmail. I don't see the person. Oh yeah, right here. Ixcomi Raskan, that person. I don't know, that name. I don't know what the meaning behind that name, but also thank you for tuning in. Hope you weren't offended. Also, Judah Auto Sales, thank you for tuning in. Shabbat Shalom. And anybody else I'm missing? I said my baby sister Jennifer. Were her laughing emojis. And is there anybody else? Because I don't like to be rude. And let's see who had to get the word. Okay. All right. The water. To you sisters again. As always another great class. Love you, brothers. And Mother Bathaya, awesome class, the Water Kings. And on that note, we're going to say a Shabbat, Shalom. Get your rest on. We're in the Lord's Sabbath. It ain't no time to play. After the sun goes down, we're going to eat some cabbage.
Yeah.
Greens.
Yes.
With no ham hocks. And no pig ears. And no pig toes. And no pig tongue. And no shitlets.
Yes.
Definitely. And also, like the Shalom and like the sister said, Mother Bathaya, reach the rocks 36 to help you with your prayer life. On that note, we're tuning out from Ambassadors of Christ, AOC in Chicago, and to all the whole entire AOC family and all of Israel. Shabbat Shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Shalom. Good night. Good food. Hope you're full. Shalom.
Shalom.